Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Herc Magnus here. Please give me a 1 if you can hear me. Give me a 2 if you can see the screen. Awesome. Thank you, Guillermo. Thanks, Don. Thanks, Rob. So guys, welcome back. It's great to be back. It's been a while since I've held a webinar either in Xagio or Rank and Rent Club, of course. But it's been even longer since we've held a specific Xagio AI training. And obviously Xagio AI has improved leaps and bounds since the last live training, which I don't even know how long ago it was. It's been years, but there's been so many crazy updates that and the software right now is to a point where I feel very comfortable getting back on and demoing it and showing it to you guys and training everyone on how to use it, all the features, all the functions, but not only that, specific use cases, because Xagio AI is a very powerful tool and everyone's probably going to use it a little bit differently. Not everyone, is coming in with the same use case. Some people own agencies, some people own they're affiliate bloggers, some people are doing lead gen or rank and rent, and how you approach using Xagio AI is unique to you. Private blog network managers, for instance, I do all of those things, so it's I mean, the use case for me is huge, but for you it might be different. So I thought it would be really nice to get back onto a regular scheduled live training because of all of everything that I just said. There's just so much new stuff that it's worth it to start coming on with you guys, seeing where you're loving it, seeing where you're wishing it could improve, seeing how you're using it, answering the questions you have. So we're going to schedule these monthly on a brand new GoToWebinar platform. And then let me do a little housekeeping first. So let's get rid of the image here. What we'll do, guys, is we'll first, because I see a lot of people, where do I find stuff on Xagio? And one of the things I want to say, the best place to find stuff on Xagio is to go to Xagio, right? And if you go to resources, how to, we have the user guide here, which obviously now needs an update again. We have the training here, which is what we're on today. We still have that searchable database, but you can see the last training that we had. I don't even know when it was, but it was such a long time ago, okay? And these were honestly trainings done when Xagio was still called Project Supremacy v3. Now, a lot of the stuff in this training database, for instance, schema is still relevant, okay? There's a lot of stuff, or EMDs or PBNs, or a lot of that stuff is still relevant, but the look of Xagio and the features are obviously a lot different. So this I'll move forward on continuing to update. Posting replays of trainings will be here. I guess I could add a schedules page so you guys know what the schedule is as well. But the best place to come, and you know what, maybe I'll even move to a blog scenario, because I definitely want to go with the blog. But you can see on the blog here, if you go to the blog, okay, resources, blog, okay, here I have been posting as things have been coming up on the blog, so you can also read it here and then comment and do the back and forth. Excuse me. And by the way, guys, I'm still a little bit sick. I did get COVID on the weekend, and I was going to do that live stream the other day, but I got sick with COVID and plans changed. But I'm starting to feel a little bit better now, but you'll hear it in my voice that I'm still sick. But yeah, so I haven't fully decided yet, where things are going to go and how to organizationally structure things, but it will happen. Okay, it will happen. So that's all you have to know, and we will mail you about it when it does happen. So as far as today, guys, I have no structured plan of what I'm going to show you in Xagio. I'm really just kind of getting back on the horse here with trainings and with lives and stuff like that. So I figured, you know what, the best way to do this today is just to get the ball rolling and show you guys, what's going on, and eventually we'll work into a more structured approach with trainings and stuff like that. But I figured it was more important to just come on here, hang out with you guys, say hello. It's been a while. I'm glad to be back, and then just kind of shoot the shit with everyone. and answer some questions. So, excuse me, guys. The kind of the let me kind of ask you guys. Give me kind of an idea. I'm trying to think of the way to phrase this question. Okay, number one, give me a one if you're aware that the project planner has not moved, but been duplicated from the plugin to inside of the app. Give me a one if you're aware of that. Give me a two, actually, more importantly, if you're not aware of that and you're hearing about this for the first time. Because I really want to see who's not aware of things, actually. If you're aware of things, great, you've been following and stuff like that, but I want to know more. I didn't know that, you know what I mean? So that I know that you're learning stuff today. So two, if you didn't even know, the project planner is now also inside of the Xagio app. And when I say Xagio app, I mean when you log into app.xagio.net into your dashboard, on the left menu, there's now project planner. Okay. So there's quite a few of you actually that didn't even know that. Okay, give me a two if you did not know that we have affiliate templates, website templates now. Holy shit. Okay. So I'll go over all this stuff. I don't know what this site is, but I'm aware of Herc. Don, that probably a support ticket, but probably because you haven't done the changeover yet. Okay, and then here's another one, guys. I'm gonna go Google. Okay, give me a three if you did not know that Xagio now has a Chrome extension. Give me a three if I didn't know that Xagio now has a Chrome extension. There is a lot of threes. So there is a lot of you, okay, that didn't know about some of the most massive upgrades that have happened to Xagio in the last little bit. So that tells me kind of where to go and excuse me on what I should talk about today. So I'm going to talk about these one at a time because those are the three biggest upgrades that have happened, along with lots of other minor improvements in things. I'm going to talk about the project planner and why we decided to take the project planner, which has always existed inside of a plugin the Xagio plugin, which you install on your site. And why did we move that also into the app? And then I'm going to talk about the templates and what those are. And then I'm going to talk about the Chrome extension, and we're going to go from there. Okay, sound good? And there's a lot of questions kind of already and yes, it is, Guillermo. And I'll try to answer questions kind of as I go if they're related to what I'm talking about, but I'll definitely stay and answer questions about the end of things at the end of things too. So let's start with the project planner, okay? Now, what you guys should have, okay, so for everyone who said they didn't know that the project planner is now also inside of the app, give me a yes if you did know that it was in the plugin at least. And give me a no if you're like, I don't even know what the project planner is. Okay, so there's a few of you. Okay, and one more question. I'm sorry to keep asking the yes, one, no, two, three questions. We got to think of a new number so I get different data. Okay, we're going to use the letter, I don't know, H. Okay, give me an H if this is your first time actually seeing Xagio and you're just on here because you're curious. Like, what is Xagio? Okay, so there is a few of you that's, you know, never used it or never had it, or maybe you have an account and you never logged in, or okay, so I'm not going to go that far back and explain what Xagio is, but at least it gives me an idea of who's on the webinar today and why you're here. Okay, so the project planner, guys, really the project planner is the very, very core of Xagio, the absolute core of the entire idea of Xagio. And I'm just loading up a website for a second. So way back in the day, let me load up this. Okay, way back in the day, the way that I used to do keyword research was based on a spreadsheet, right? And it looked like this. Okay, I would create a spreadsheet and I'd have the domain on it. I'd put the title of the page that I was working on, and then the meta optimization title, URL description, H1, and then I'd go find keywords, and then I'd manually fill out the volume, the CPC, the broad phrase title in URL match, and then I would once in a while log in and update my rankings for all this stuff. And the reason that I did this, guys, is because the cluster of keywords that I was targeting, I wanted to have them in one spot with all the data so that I could optimize better, meaning on-page optimization, meta title, URL description, and H1, right? Because I learned at some point in my career that if you can optimize well for an entire group of keywords, you can rank for an entire group of keywords, and it's just more organized and a better way for work. Now, if anyone here doesn't know me, I'm very, very OCD, very, very organized. I love spreadsheets, and I would do this for every site to keep myself organized, to keep, you know, a visual view of everything, the way it worked. And this is what the very first version of the software was way back in the day, when we first released it. Okay, it was literally this, which is the project planner. Now, this project planner, guys, has evolved, obviously, as well as Xagio has evolved into what you see here today. Now, the reason that we decided to take the project planner that exists inside the plugin and move it inside of the app was because a lot of people loved the idea of the project planner for doing SEO, especially the way it is now, where we can automatically fetch, you know, we can find keywords, we can look up their volume, CPC, in title, in URL data, we calculate title and URL ratio for you. We track the rankings automatically, right? Give you the ability to update your pages and your posts, your title, URL description, and H1 while having all that data for all your pages and posts on a single place in one site. And the nice thing about putting it inside the plugin here was that if you installed it on WordPress, if you were to update any of the information here, it would update on your page as if you were using Rank Math or Yoast or all-in-one SEO, right? But it was doing it differently in the regards that all of it is visible. Okay, if I collapse all of it is visible on a single view, right? And you can edit everything in one page instead of going page to page to page to page to do it, right? It's all here. And that includes keyword research and competition research and rank tracking and optimization, right? So that was the idea of doing it here. Now, people loved the idea of this, and they said, but what if I don't have a WordPress blog? And what we would tell them at that point is like, well, you know, if you're working on an e-com store or Magenta site, HTML site, okay, anything that's not WordPress, then just create one WordPress blog somewhere and do the work, and then copy and paste everything over to those other sites, because that gives you the ability to use the project planner, and then you have to do a bit of manual work copying and pasting, right? And I was like, well, you know, that's great, but what about a better way of doing it that doesn't require people to have a dummy domain and a dummy host and all this stuff? Let's move it inside of the project planner, which anyone who owns Xagio has, then they can do it. So we made that work. We made the project planner and pulled it into here. Now, the difference between the project planner as you know it inside the WordPress plugin and the project planner as you know it inside the app is the organizational hierarchy. Now, on the site that I'm on, which I'm going to be demoing a lot of stuff today, Tree Services Pensacola, we create projects. So I can do wizards, I can do audits, and if you don't know what those are, we'll go over those today. Okay, I can create my, let's go, here's my main AI optimized page, or my plan. Okay, I can do everything inside of here, and if I have to do keyword research, I just create a new project, create a new project, create a new project, then I get a list of projects. But ultimately, all projects are on a single domain. So when we brought it over to the app, okay, instead of just having a big long list of projects, okay, so here's projects, we had no way to organizationally structure these. And we're like, well, now we're going to need something different called folders instead of websites. So you can think of the website that the project planner is on as the main folder, right? Because it's got all these projects in it for different purposes, whatever the reason may be. Well, over on the project planner over here, instead of just a big long list of projects, we wanted to create some organizational elements to it. So we now have the ability to create folders, right? So if you're working on a folder for a client, you can name the client, you know, maybe his name is like Joe Schmo, right? So all the work you're going to do for Joe Schmo, you're going to create a folder called Joe Schmo, okay? And there's your folder. You click on it and you can create your first project. And then all Joe Schmo's projects are there. Or if you were working on a website, so say for instance, a non-WordPress website maybe, okay? And let's just say, happen to say that Tree Services Pensacola was a non-WordPress website, okay? I could save it as that, Tree Services Pensacola. And now all the projects that I create are organized in there. So that's the main difference, okay? It's literally just an organizational structure. The other difference is that the project planner that is on the WordPress website, when you are working inside of a project, okay, or like if you audit your site or whatever and you're working and you see this little tab here, page, that means this is connected to the actual page. You click on this little page tab, it takes you to the page editor because a page actually exists on your website for that group of keywords, right? If I were to update this title here, this URL, this description, it would update the page, right? So this is interactive now with your WordPress installation. You can still do planning and stuff like that. So if there's no page here, you can create groups of keywords and optimizations, but unless it's attached to a page or a post, okay, it's just like kind of a research thing. But once it's attached to a page or a post, anything that you change in the main optimization will update because it's on your site. The project planner over here does not yet connect to anything. So everything you're doing over here is a static environment, meaning, you know, you're creating projects and you're creating plans and it looks very much the same, right? But if I update the title, URL, description, or H1, it's not going to do anything anywhere. I can export the project in and then import it over here and then connect it to a page, and it will work that way, but only on WordPress with Xagio installed. But this is primarily for doing more of a research sort of thing or a planning. But it still offers you the ability to be able to use the project planner for sites that don't have WordPress and then copy and paste, and you can organize everything inside of your app. So it's just a slightly different functionality and feature. Give me a 1 if you understand, give me a 2 if you don't. Okay. Give me a yes if you're like, I like that. And give me a no if you're like, I don't really understand why you would do that. It's just nice to get feedback. Okay. Okay. It's kind of fun for me because, you know, I used to go into, I have 200 and some websites I'm managing with Xagio. And when I was doing new stuff for clients or whatever, it was always kind of funny because I would go into whatever website and then, you know, go into Xagio and go into the project planner and then, you know, create projects. Or when I was doing trainings and create projects, create groups to like demo things. And then I would just be lost as to like, where did that go again? You know what I mean? Like, and then I'd be like kind of searching through all the sites I typically will log into to create training materials or projects and stuff like that. And now that the project planner is inside the app, I tend to do most of my research in here. And I'll tell you that's a big difference. And the nice thing is that if I do research in here where I do have a plan that I really like and I want to use it on the website, the nice thing, okay, is I can go, let's say this new guy one is like something I really liked. Then what I could do is I can export this project. I just click this little button, okay? And if you're ever lost as to what the buttons do, guys, just hover over them for a second. It'll tell you what they do as well, okay? So I can export this project and then import it right, and go to manage import project on my website with WordPress, and then import it into here and continue working from there. So it's very flexible as well, right? You can start something here in the static environment, move it over to the WordPress environment, start creating or connecting pages and posts, and then move on from there. So it's very, very flexible. The reverse is also true. I can actually export a project from WordPress and then import it into the project planner on the cloud dashboard as well. I don't know why I would do that ever. I don't really have a use case for that yet, but that doesn't change the fact that you have the ability to do that. We always think of you guys in mind. We always are trying to develop flexibility and options, right? Adrian, for non-WordPress websites, how do we export from the Xagio dashboard to create the site? You can't. I mean, you can export a project. Okay, so I'll kind of show you what it looks like. So this new guy, let me take a look at it first, so I'm not exporting, 1,000 million things. Okay, this is rather small. Okay, so this project, Surfer SEO Clusters, is the folder, and then the project is new guy. So let's say I wanted to move this into like my e-com site for whatever reason. Okay, export the project. I'm just going to save it on my, I don't know, my desktop here. Okay, new guy, I'll save it, and then I'll open it, and I'll show you what it looks like, okay? So this is what you would see, okay? The group name, the title, the URL, the description, the keyword, the volume, the CPC, the in title, the in URL, and this is the data you could get. So you could copy and paste from here over to whatever site you want, or you can literally just open this up and copy and paste. Once you have titles, descriptions, URLs, and H1s written, it would be more like a copy paste. Another difference that I'm noticing as I'm going through this is, like, we do have the rank column inside of the Xagio app, but it is not active yet. Because once again, the project planner right now is a static environment, and so we're not doing variable things like rank tracking for keywords because it's not connected to a website. That will change, okay? And a lot of stuff will change, actually. What will happen is we are working on, and I can kind of show this, some of the updates. There's been just such a pile of stuff done. We are working on the ability to create folders. So like treeservicespensacola.com, okay, when you create projects here, I'd like it to sync up in here. So if I went back to folders, it would automatically create a folder here and have all the same projects that I have here also hosted here as a mirror to each other. And then that way, if I'm working in here in the app or in here in the project planner, it will update the site and it will track the rankings and all the data will be mirrored. Now that's a big, tall order. It's a big, tall ask. We've had development meetings about it, but it is something we would like to do. Okay. The other improvement that we're going to have is the ability to track rankings for sites where the Xagio plugin is not installed. So right now, the only place that you can see rankings inside the project planner is in the WordPress plugin. Okay, so you can see the rankings here, right? And if you click on those, it'll open up the rank tracker for that site, for that keyword. So there you go. You can see the rank tracker is opening up now for that domain. And it's going to load that specific keyword. It's just waiting here for a second. Let me just take this off. I'm going to take the keyword part of the URL out and just load that. And I do expect things to go wrong today because that's just the way things are. Okay, so, but that's the difference. Right now, you can only track rankings for sites that you have the Xagio plugin installed on. But because we moved the project planner into the app, I told you guys, well, we're going to need a way to be able to track keywords and rankings for any site that the user wants, right? So that feature is coming. And then that way, let's say you were working on this project and you knew what URL, you'd be able to select the keywords, go actions, track rankings. You don't see it right now, and it'll say, okay, for what domain are you tracking the rankings? And then it'll do it. So there is still improvements coming. Okay, so that's the main idea behind why did we why did we create a copy of the project planner, which was originally inside the plugin on your domains, into the app. Okay, and those are the features that are coming. We'll come back to the project planner and we're going to look at, or maybe should I stay on it right now and talk about the improvements in things like clustering? No, I'll come back to it because then it's a big topic and it'll be good for training. So I'll rather than trying to rush it right now, I'll come back to it when we have some time. So that's a good overview of number one. Overview number two is templates. Okay, what are templates? What's going on? What happened? Okay, templates are, and I'll show you. If you go to templates.xagio.net, I recently hired, not even that recently anymore. I hired a guy named Xagio who has been posting. He was posting, you know, his designs in the Rank and Rank group or the Xagio group, I can't remember, and he was posting his designs for free, okay, and he was giving them out to people. And what he was trying to do was attract business, right? To say, hey, I'm available to be hired, right? And of course, people would take the free templates and say thank you and then move on, right? And so I contacted him. I said, you know, I'd like you to design a site for me. And so he did, and I've gone through a lot of designers in my day. And most designers, when I get back the first iteration of their design, there's always a lot of stuff from me to give them as feedback, where I'm like, no, I didn't really like this, or I didn't really like that, and can you change this? And it's just been a ongoing issue with designers. And with Xagio, he designed my site, and I looked at it and I was like, holy geez, like I don't really have any feedback. I love it. I love your style, okay, of design, and I love your just your artistic input of design. He really understood SEO already. He'd been in the market for a while, so he really had a good idea about it. And he designed me a site, and I loved it. And I said, you know what, man, do you want to come and work for me? And I'll hire you to do a bunch of websites. And then we got into learning about the project planner and learning about keyword research, because he was also doing SEO for himself. So I started teaching him, and the guy was just really smart, and he was really good, and he really understood. So I was like, you know what, why don't you, let's go full time. He went from kind of a contracted position with me to, I'd like to hire you full time for everything. I'd also like you to come on to Xagio. And from there, it was like decided, okay, well, let's start building templates for people, because a lot of people like using templates. They don't like designs. They don't like paying for templates. They don't like free templates, whatever. You do your thing on templates. So he got to work and he designed, I think he's up to like 30 or 40 different templates now. I'll send a link to this in the chat, actually. So let me send that. There you go, if everyone wants to check them out. And I'll get into that kind of stuff, Rob, and sorry guys, I'm actually feeling a little worse than I thought I would. It's the talking, I haven't talked this much in a while. So this is one of my favorite ones that he did, the SEO agency. And here's the difference between, you know, the templates that I've seen out on the market and what we decided to do together for Xagio people. Number one, okay, I think the designs are absolutely fantastic. Why don't you guys tell me and I'll show you what you say. Give me a score out of 10, what you think of this SEO agency homepage. 0 being it's terrible, 10 being like it's beautiful, right? And this is free for you guys to use, actually. Okay, and I'll comment on all the details and the questions like that. So I got a 10, a 10, a 7, 100, 8.5, 9, 10, 9, 10. So they're good scores, like really good scores. I agree. So number one, the design's good. Number two, they are fully mobile responsive, right? So if and I don't know if you guys knew this trick, if you right click and you click on inspect, and it brings up the Chrome inspection tool, and then you click on this little button right here, that will actually switch it to a mobile view, and then you can choose a bunch of different phones to look at it. So they're fully mobile responsive. Okay, don't know if you knew that trick or not. They're fully mobile responsive as well. Number three, it's not just a homepage template. I was like, no, we need to do better than a homepage template. And there's a lot of guys that in this group that do lead gen, especially being that I teach rank and rent. So there's a lot of rank and rent people. And I was like, okay, well, we have to design like a homepage landing page, but we got to go further than that. So let's also design a service page right? So that they have the ability, like for an SEO agency, they might have like 5 additional services, right? You know, like pay-per-click marketing or design or whatever. Let's design service pages as well so that people can duplicate the service page for all the services they have, right? Then the next most important page was the contact page. I was like, we need to have a nice contact page. So he did that as well. And then a legal page, because legal is important. Well, why not have like a really nice design on the legal page to really ice the cake, right? So for people visiting your site, if they visit your legal pages, the designs are intact, right? So all the little details are there, and that speaks volumes to people who are looking at this stuff. So they're 4-page templates, except for the only one that's not a 4-page template is the affiliate one. Actually, I'll have to go over here. Where Suryansh, you and I talked a lot about the affiliate one. So we did a homepage template, and then we did an affiliate template, right? Where you're reviewing product 1, 2, 3. It's kind of an overview, nice sidebars. And then we did the versus template, so A product versus B product template. And then we did the product review template, which is the single product review. And then we did the blog, and then we did the contact page, and then we did the legal page. So the only one that's not 4 pages is the affiliate template, which is a whole bunch more. And yes, we'll add more styles of affiliate templates in the future. And the plan with templates is to release 5 per month, 4 to 5 per month, okay? Now the details, okay, and getting into the nitty gritty of what happened. So we built this whole area inside of Xagio templates, where you can come in and claim the templates and then download them, okay? So the preview button will lead you over to the live version of the template where you can preview them, and then the claim function will allow you to claim that design. Once the design is claimed, you have the ability to download it and use it, you know, for forevermore. Now, the way it works, guys, is depending on the level, okay, that you bought or that you own of Xagio, okay, and I'll go over to price, okay, to show this. That's how many templates you're going to be able to collect per month, okay? But we also have bonus claims, and bonus claims are going to be used for, you know, any bonuses that we give out, it's related to the Chrome extension, which we'll talk about later, and anything where we want to reward you guys or say thank you or anything, we'll apply bonus claims. Monthly claims come every month, okay? And if we go to Xagio, okay, we can see down here under the build section with the plans, okay? If you're on the light plan, 1 template per month. If you're on the pro plan, 5 templates per month. If you're on the agency plan, you're just gonna have access to everything. Okay, so that's how that plays out. So that's your monthly credits or your monthly claims, okay? They renew every month. If you don't use them, I'm sorry, they renew, okay? But bonus claims, if you get any bonus claims, they just are always there until you use them. The way that we structure the deduction of credits is we will always take from your monthly first, since those renew. If you run out of monthly, then we take from your bonus claims. That's more fair to you, right? Because if we took your bonus claims first, your monthly claims might run out and it's not working, right? It's good for you. So we always deduct from your monthly claims first because they run out the fastest. And then if you're out of monthly claims, then we deduct from your bonus claims. Okay, so these are all just kind of things that you guys need to know about templates and details. We're helping with categorization. You can search, okay? The other thing with the templates, guys, now they are all built on Elementor Free and Pro, okay? The difference between the free and the pro version is, number one, okay, you have to have Elementor Pro to use the pro version, and the 2 main differences are the headers and footers in the pro version are dynamic, meaning in Elementor Pro, if you update something in the footer, it updates across your entire website. But you bought the pro version of Elementor, so download the pro version of the template. If you really like the designs and you want to use them, you still have the ability to do that. Download the free template, use the free version of Elementor, and the difference is the header and the footer are static from page to page to page. That is a limitation of Elementor, not us. we decided, you know, to design the headers for you as a section in the free version so that you still have a header and footer look, but in the free version. Okay. The next thing is the forms. Free version of templates don't have forms because forms are not supported in the free version of Elementor. Pro versions have forms because the forms are available in the Pro version. Okay. The next thing is about, let's go back to, I don't know, I'll just pick one here, fence contractor. Okay, the next thing is about the imagery. We don't own the images. We cannot supply you with the images legally, okay, because we're giving them away to people that own Xagio. So the images, guys, for at least the first few sites are not going to be included, okay? And I'm sorry, and I know there were people who were like pissed off about this. And it's like, I'm sorry, we don't own the rights to the images. We can't give them away to you guys. And I don't know if you guys have ever looked into commercial image rights, but they are cheap. We would be paying about $100 or more per image for 4-page sites, which we have $3,500. It was just way too much money for something that we're giving away without any additional cost to you guys as part of Xagio. However, we're always looking for ways to give you more value for the same amount of money that you're paying. Thank gosh, AI came out and DALL-E came out with ChatGPT, because now they're generating the images. So moving forward on the next launch of templates, which by the way, we're trying to release the 5 new templates on the 1st of every month, okay, we're using DALL-E images generated inside of ChatGPT DALL-E. And I'm looking for the, or is it welder? I think it's welder or electrician. Let me go to templates. We started deciding, okay, I really wanted you guys to have the images because a lot of people got really butthurt when they found out that they weren't going to be able to use the images. So we're like, well, how can we do that for them? Even though, we're not going to spend millions of dollars. This one, welding. See, coming soon. These are the next batch. They're already done. They're coming soon. But this welding one. So we looked at DALL-E and we're like, oh, we can generate. We spent a lot of time learning how to generate really good images inside of DALL-E. And now nobody owns the image rights. We do. So now we're passing these off to you guys moving forward. Okay. So now they're coming with images that you can use. Now, I still suggest that you either learn how to generate your own images, which I'll talk about in a little bit again, so that you're getting unique stuff. Okay. Because if everyone in here that has an electrician website downloads the same electrician website and uses all the same images, well, that's going to just be bad for everyone, including you. It's easier, yes, but the long run is that Google sees a bunch of electrician sites coming up with the same images, with the same metadata, and it just doesn't do good. It's free now to generate these kind of images with DALL-E. Sorry, it's not free, it's $20 a month. There's tons of free image generation tools, by the way, on the market. If you don't know about them, go to Google, do a little bit of work, or yeah, Tim said, go to deposit photos, or you know what I mean, whatever you want. This is your business. Do what you need to do. I'm doing the best I can to give you the most value that I can, but I can't do everything. Okay, and it kind of bugs me a little bit when people complain about, the lack of value that we're continuing to try and give to you guys. Like when they're like, oh, the images don't come with the sites. Oh, whoa. That kind of bugs me because I hired a guy to design, all these templates for you to give them to you as part of your membership, and then somebody comes along and finds something to complain about, and this blows my mind. But whatever. Okay, that's the end of that rant. There's lots of ways, guys. Go to Google. AI images are getting stronger, faster, better. We're supplying the templates, the designs. Just go replace the images with whatever methodology you need to. If you want to be completely lazy about it and just use the images that are there, that's your choice too. I just think that that's going to hurt you and everybody else in the long run. Okay. Now, a couple more things from stuff that I've seen come up. Can't down. I claimed and then I can't download. So if you claim, okay, and you can't download, the thing to do is Control-Shift-R on your keyboard, or refresh or reload. You're just cached. Okay, download from there. Support. I can't get into supporting design, guys. I'm supporting the software, Xagio, and we're supporting your ability to get the templates, but I can't design your sites for you, right? I can't spend money on our support crew to come in and see why your theme or your WordPress installation is broken and not working. Like, guys, that's not on us, right? Our job is to give you templates. Your job is to install templates, edit templates. Anything you do on your side is up to you. So unfortunately, I hate to say it, guys, we will not and cannot support anything beyond you getting the template. Suryanshu has been answering questions in the group and probably will continue to do so. But if you send in a support ticket and be like, I uploaded the template to my website and I don't like the way it looks, that's kind of on you to figure out. Google's a great resource, guys, right? Go figure it out. Go to Fiverr and hire a guy. Go hire a guy. We're doing as much as we can for you without adding additional cost. And that includes adding the additional cost of, okay, we're supplying people with like all these templates and now we have to support all their design issues. That's a cost to us because our support team has to go in and help. So we will not do that, okay? And I hope you guys understand and think that's fair. Please write fair if you think that's fair. Write boo if you think that I'm being a jerk. And I can handle the honesty. I just want to be clear with everyone, right? And it's okay if you think boo. I just, coming soon templates are not in here. Okay, that's a great question. So the two places you can see templates, okay, is on templates.xagio.net. This shows all the templates that are here. And then down here, if it says coming soon, the reason we're doing that is we're previewing to you guys what's coming soon, what's done. And then our kind of idea is that, you know, if we get really, if Suryanshu gets a fire lit under his ass and he does like 10 or 20 in a month, which he can do, he's really good, he's really fast. We're gonna put them all here and then put a poll inside the Facebook group to say, oh, I really, like say I was releasing 2 per month, okay, which we're not gonna do, we're gonna try and release more than that. But then you could come and see that welding, eye care, garage door, dental, handyman, and siding are all done. Well, which 2 of those would you like next? And that involves you in the process of deciding on, you know, what comes next, right? Because Suryanshu is so fast that he's designing faster than our scheduled release, so that way you can say, oh, I really want welding, and we'll go with what you want. We're trying to do what the group wants, right? So the point though, the question was, I can't see anything that says coming soon on templates.xagio.net inside the claims section inside of Xagio, and that's why. The only thing you'll see in here is what is available to claim. What is over on templates.xagio.net is everything that is finished. And these are what are coming. Well, there's 6 ready to go and we're only going to release 5 next month. So one of these is going to get left behind, but we'll let you guys vote on it. Okay, so that's templates. And I'll come back to, I'll answer quick questions right now. Will you at some point offer a promo for Magic Pages? I don't own Magic Pages, Magic Page plugin, Mike Martin does, but yeah, I love Mike. Mike loves us. We can definitely have Mike back on a webinar and see if he'll do a deal for Magic Page plugin again, if that's what you mean by Magic Pages. I'm assuming it is. But yeah, of course, there's a couple of guys out there that will always have come on and recommend their products and their services. And Mike Martin's definitely one of them. So please recommend again where you recommend getting images if we don't use DALL-E. Okay, let me demo how I find things. And I'm not trying to be a dick here, Alice, but google.com, right? When I don't know where to get something, I go to google.com, free AI images, right? If you're looking for my specific recommendation, well, I use DALL-E because I have a paid $20 a month, man, for everything that ChatGPT does for $20 a month. It's nutball. Okay, but yeah, apparently Canva free. I think Firefly is free, which is an image generation services. free AI image generator, right? Like Google it, Google it. Spend some time on Google, and I mean, I find everything I find by Googling stuff. Like I need picture of a welder working, generate. Like there you go. I didn't even know about this deepai.org, and it's apparently free. There you go. Just Google it. I mean, guys, with AI, the way AI is going today, it's just nutball. Look how good that image is. Like it's nutball. And then there you go, save image as, okay? Here's something I like to do, black and white with orange highlights, just because it's cool. Okay, some tips. People say they like to try and hear how I think about things, and there's one. I love black and whites with highlight. I'm not sure if it's working or not. Let's refresh. There, press enter. Go, generate. Oh, generate. Generate? I don't know. But Google it. And I'm not trying to be rude, Alice. I'm just saying there's so much information out there that especially with AI, that you can get stuff done for free really, really quick. There's my black and white, but I didn't get the orange highlights. And part of the way I think is if I didn't get the orange highlights in my picture, I don't think that the thing's broken. I think that I'm broken, right? And I say, what did I do wrong to not get what I wanted with black and white orange highlights on the welder spark generate? Alice said, I meant non-AI images. Okay, same answer, Alice. Google, right? Free images. Deposit photos, Adobe, Shutterstock, Vecteezy, Unsplash, Pexels is a really crazy one. I think this one's user submitted, right? Welder. There's just some the world that we live in, guys. Anything that you want that has to do with digital backgrounds is just a click away. It's just a search away, right? There's no excuses not to have the stuff that you want right now, other than you're not going looking for it. Because I find absolutely everything by searching. Okay, and again, Alice, I'm not trying to pick on you. I'm just trying to say a lot of people, ask me how I do things or how do I think, and this, I'm just telling you how I think. Okay, right? Do I use Google when I do use Google? I was just wondering if there were some that you like more than others. I came from deposit photos. I use that a lot. My designer uses Canva a lot. Pexels, P-E-X-E-L-S. This one I found when I was like trying to find alternatives. And Pexels is really good. So those are some of the examples. Okay, last thing, big update number 3 before we get into go backwards and go into Q&A. Not Q&A, sorry, go back into the project planner. Because after the AI Chrome extension, I want to talk about clustering and keyword research and the improvements that we've made there. Okay, Chrome extension. Chrome extension. Is mine working right now? I don't even know if I have installed. Okay, my file couldn't be accessed. Okay, so let me go to manage extensions. Okay, so errors. What's my error? I think I tried to clear it out. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, so I don't have the Chrome extension. This is great. I can show you how to install it. Okay, so maybe you didn't know about the Google Chrome extension, not the Google Chrome extension, the Xagio Chrome extension. So Xagio Chrome extension on Google. Okay, you can get it from the Xagio page because there is a page about it. If it loads, there it is, okay, where you can get the Chrome extension, or you can go right to the Chrome store, which is where this button leads. And you will see the Xagio AI Chrome extension, okay? Add to Chrome. There it is. So I'm gonna go manage extensions. I'm going to pin it, and I'm going to drag it to the front of the line because I'm weird like that. Okay. Now, the Xagio Chrome extension. What does it do? What is it for? Okay, let me give that history first. And for that, I'm going to log into, sorry, my brain's kind of farting. Tree Services, Pensacola. Okay, so I'll try to keep my story short. Do you guys think I talk too much about my stories? Just give me a yes or a no. That's okay. I'm a big boy. Some people are like, God damn, get to the point. Everyone's saying no. Okay, cool. Okay, so the project planner. Now, a little backstory about the Chrome extension and how we arrived and why we arrived here. Okay, the project planner. Don't know if you guys knew. Let me get into my main one here. Sometimes I have to really stop talking just to get my brain to stop working. Where's my main? Oh, sorry, I'm trying to organize my ID. Did I actually change it? Oh, right here. Okay. Okay, so you guys all know about, or give me a 1 if you know about keyword cloud optimization. Give me a 2 if you've never heard the term keyword cloud optimization. I'm going a little bit further back than I wanted to. Okay. So keyword cloud optimization basically is taking the list of keywords that you want to optimize for, right? And then counting the number of times each word, so like tree, for instance, was word used in your keywords. And then it tells you the level or the significance of the word tree. So we built this little cloud, right? So I found all these keywords about tree services in Pensacola, and then we built this little cloud. This is once again something I used to do manually on the spreadsheet, but then I was like, no, man, I want faster ways to do things because it works. So tree, for instance, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 keywords. Okay, I'm targeting 10 keywords on this page. And the word tree exists in all 10 of them. It's got to be a pretty important word. Pensacola, 10, right? Service, 5 times. Services, 5 times. Florida, 2 times. In, 3 times. FL for Florida, 3 times. Okay. That's telling me the importance of the words in the keywords that I'm targeting on the page. And then from this, I used to teach, okay, know what your main keyword is that you're targeting. Typically, it's the one with the highest search volume, but the lowest in title count, and that's what you're going to put first in your title. But the keyword cloud helps you. If I highlight tree services in Pensacola and Florida, okay, there's my title that I chose. Well, I don't have service and I don't have FL, so I need to work that in also amongst my H1 title URL description, right? Because those are, to me, I call those the stragglers. Like, don't forget about your stragglers, right? But this is keyword cloud optimization in its basic understanding. So I used to teach how to optimize while looking at the cloud. Then we invented AI. Then we implemented AI because we were like, well, we could probably teach AI how to do this kind of stuff. So we created the AI version of Xagio, which would look at your cloud and then optimize for it. Okay, and now there's a newer update, which you may or may not know about, which optimizes for your main keyword. The next iteration of the AI, let me explain this a little bit. The first iteration of the AI, okay, if I view the AI suggestions, what it would do is take that same keyword cluster group, right, and say, okay, optimize for, you know, this word, this word, this word, and this word, you know, because it was used. So tree shows up 10 times, Pensacola 10 times, service 5, in 3, Florida 3, and it would optimize based on the keyword weights in the cloud. But it wouldn't say, you know, tree services in Pensacola is your best keyword that you should optimize for. So you'd have to kind of do that manually after the AI optimized. The AI was doing a great job optimizing for the cloud, but the AI didn't know that tree service in Pensacola was your main keyword. And in this example, I think the main keyword should actually be tree services in Pensacola. Oh, look at that, tree services in Pensacola. There's the main keyword. Take Florida out, okay? Why? I look at this group of keywords, 590, 590, 590, 590. Those are the search volumes. Let me zoom in a little bit. I don't know, can you guys see okay? I know numbers are small sometimes. Zoom in on your browser. Okay, the highest search volume words in this cluster are these 590 per month, and the lowest in title in there is 59. That makes this the most prime candidate for high traffic, low competition. So I put that first in my title, tree services in Pensacola. Then I use the keyword cloud to write the rest of the stuff and my creativity. Along comes AI. We teach AI how to look at the keyword cloud and optimize based on that, and it does a killer job. Well, what's missing? Well, it didn't recognize that tree services in Pensacola is the most opportunity keyword and automatically optimize for that first. It would write all kinds of great stuff, but it wasn't aggressive at tree services in Pensacola, at understanding the competition metrics versus the search volume. And that's a simple rule. Given that the search volumes are all the same, optimize for the thing with the lowest in title. Makes sense, right? So the next version of AI that got released, whether you know it or not, was taught how to do that. But you got to have your competition data, your in title and your in URL. So that means when you have your keyword clusters, you got to select them all. Then you got to go to your actions and you got to say, get the competition, because if the AI doesn't have the competition data, it cannot tell what is going to be the best keyword to optimize for based on if the volumes are all the same, what has the lowest in title competition. So we taught it how to do that, but it's your job, guys, if you want to use that. So it's your job to fetch the competition data first. The AI, if you do not fetch the in title and in URL, it will default to the first version of optimization. It will still do a really good job. It just won't do a perfect job. The AI as it stands today is optimizing better than I ever did. Okay. And let me give an example of it. And I'm kind of on a tangent right now because I'm supposed to be talking about the Chrome extension and I'm kind of training, but I'll finish this tangent back up to the Chrome extension and why it was created and at what point it was created. Okay. I talk too much. So let's go back into the project planner. We're going to optimize right now. Okay. So I'm going to go into the Surfer SEO clusters and I'm going to go into this new guy. Okay. And let's just say I got this guy, this group of keywords. Okay. And this is all testing stuff. And I test so that I can improve, right? Because I know the goal. I always know the goal that I want. Then it's my job to teach the AI how to do it. Then it's the developer's job to get it to work. Okay, so let me do some sorting stuff. Let me refresh. Sorry about my voice again, guys. I should have brought. Actually, give me 1 second. I'm just going to grab some water from my fridge here. Come right back. Come right back. Coming back. Okay. Sorry, guys. Thank you, Fitz. Fritz is going crazy. He's like, oh my God, this is so good. I'm learning so much. That's awesome. That's what I want to happen. Okay. So here's exercises for men group. Okay. I kind of hope I didn't have. I can do this in 2 ways actually. So let me just create a new group. I'm going to set this up so that I can explain this for you. Okay, so I'm going to go actions, copy to clipboard. Okay, cancel. And then this new group, I'm going to add new keywords and I'm going to just add the exact same group of keywords. Okay. And this guy, I'm going to just call it diet plans, save it. And then this guy, I'm going to give the same name so we can see them side by side. So save that. Now refresh the page so we get a really good view. Refresh the page is a big one, guys. If things are ever like, nah, that's not what I thought, refresh the page. Okay. How's diet plan still showing up first? You know what? Buy. Let me drag the keywords out of there. There, you can go over there and then actions, delete group. Okay. And I really love my software, guys. Okay, so this group that was optimized by AI, okay, and this group that's not. Let's optimize this group with AI. There's no competition metrics, but it is the exact same group of keywords, right? So AI, optimize with AI. This is iteration number 1 of optimization. The way that it looks now is a little bit, you are about to optimize without competition metrics in consideration. This will provide a lower quality result. Please fetch the metrics first if you wish for optimal optimizations. Okay, but we're going to ignore that. We're going to optimize. So I'm going to continue. This is version 1 of AI optimization. Okay, it takes the keyword cloud and it optimizes based on that. Okay. Does your wife know about your first love? Did I have this before her or not? I can't remember. Okay, so there it is, okay? So the AI, I'm gonna use that and save to the group. So this is the main keywords are all about belly fat exercises for men. Belly fat belly fat burning exercises for men, right? So without any in title, in URL data, the optimization could look something like this. Okay, and let's open the cloud and see how good it did. And remember, we have the other data over here. Let's open up both clouds so that we have a really parallel view. Let's now look at what do we think is the best keyword here. So belly fat exercises for men has 1760 per month, in title 12. See, the keyword volumes are all different here, so it's a little bit harder to tell, but like best exercise to lose belly fat for men is probably as easy as it gets, even though this is 12, this is 2. That's probably what I would optimize for. Actually, I'd probably optimize for this, but this one's more specific, right? This is just belly fat exercises for men, whereas this one is, you know, the best exercise to lose belly fat for men. It's longer tail, it's more specific. I would probably choose that, even though these in titles are low. Let's see what the AI did. Best exercises for men to lose belly fat. So let's go best exercises for men to lose belly fat. Boom. Okay, so there's what the AI wrote without competition data included. And let's do the same thing over here. Best exercises for men to lose belly fat. So it didn't choose that, but let's re-optimize with AI. Now, because AI now has the competition data, right? So let's re-optimize. So regenerate AI suggestions, okay? So now you can see, we show you all the keywords in your cluster, we show you the volume, the in titles, and the in URLs, and we give you the ability to choose. Like, do you want to optimize with a specific keyword in mind? If I was to choose this one, okay, we're telling the AI, look, optimize for this keyword. We're telling it. But we don't have to, right? If I delete that, we're saying AI, analyze this data and then optimize for the best keyword. And it was taught how to do that by me. It took a long time to get it right, but we got it right. And we also got it right in an A, B, or C scenario. Whereas, okay, if you don't have any competition data, just optimize the old way. Okay, if you do have competition data, give the user a choice. The user's choice is, do you want to choose your own keyword or do you want the AI to do it? The AI is trained on how to do it the way that I do it. Okay, so I don't know what the main keyword that it chose here is, but I'm gonna just use the H1 titles and description. So use and save to group, okay? Look at what the AI chose. Let's back this up. The AI chose it. And how do I know what the AI chose? Well, I just take the first keyword in the title because that's the most important place to put it. And then we can just highlight. So belly fat exercises for men. So belly fat exercises for men. There's the main keyword that the AI chose. It said, For the amount of volume, it's got a pretty damn low in title in URL. Even though there's gold bars over here, these are still real low. The AI chose it, and it's not a bad choice. Now, why am I saying that the AI is optimizing better than me? Why do I say that now? Number one, the speed at which it can write 5. Whoops, I just regenerated. Wait, no, I didn't. The speed at which it can write 5 titles, 5 H1s, and 5 descriptions. I would write 1 title in the time that it wrote 15 things. Okay, the speed, the creativity. Okay, if I chose this as the main keyword, which you heard me talking a few minutes ago, whether should I choose this one or should I choose this one? I would probably choose this one, but maybe this, you heard me. The AI, okay, chose this one, and then if I had chose that one, I'd still have to look at, burning loss, best, and then write the back half of my title, because I always look at optimization of titles as 2 parts. Number one, the main keyword. That part's easy. I just choose the main keyword and pop it in there. Then I have to kind of think about what do I want to say on the back half of the title, because I'm blending for CTA on Google and I'm blending for optimization, but I also want to include, I have burning and loss and 2 and men's and extra. I didn't account for any of that, and I want to account for that, but how do I write it in a way that makes sense, that's going to read well, right? And all that shit's going on in my brain, right? And I haven't even got to the description or the H1 yet. The AI does it in a second, and it does it good. So let's highlight now how the AI optimized, okay, the rest of the way. So get rid of excess fat with these effective workouts. Any of these get used in there? Didn't. Okay, so let's go over here. Well, let me just do it like this, okay? Exercise. Did it use exercise anywhere? It did. Wait, I'm seeing that highlight. Or maybe it didn't. Exercises, it's really going after exercise. What about weight? So it used weight there. What about lose? It used lose there. So it did use weight and it did use lose. What about burning? Didn't use burning. What about loss? Didn't use loss. What about best? Yeah, it did use it right there. Okay, so it's not using these little stragglers. But is it or is it not? Let's go look at the suggestions again. View AI suggestions. Let's choose number 2, number 2, and number 2. Use and save to group. So we're just swapping them out really fast. Now, the number 2 keyword it chose was best exercise to lose belly fat for men. Look at that. Best exercise to lose belly fat for men. It chose that as the second most important keyword on its own. I mean, it was trained what to do, but the fact that it's doing it is pretty cool, right? It's pretty damn cool. Give me a cool if you're like, holy shit, this is cool. I didn't know that. Did the sound drop? No, my baby's up there just making a racket. My kid's at school, but my baby's. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Okay. The point is, guys, is that AI is damn good. It's optimizing better than me because it's writing 5 suggestions. It's writing them faster. Doesn't have to think like I had to think. It's writing them in the correct format. It's putting the right keywords out front. It's writing nice shit at the bottom. It's including a lot of stuff in the description, and it's writing a good, short, punchy H1. Okay, so let's get back at this. I'm going to read the title and highlight the words as it's happening. Okay. Okay, so let me turn these off. I think you get the point. I don't really have to do that, but I'm really hammering this at how damn good the AI is now. And why is that good? Guess what? You don't have to think about anything. All you got to do is put together a real nice cluster of keywords, which I'm going to cover how to do. All you got to do is put together a nice cluster of keywords and press buttons. All the writing is taken care of. All the thinking is gone. And I guarantee you guys, if you go and re-optimize your pages using this new AI, as provided you have good clusters, your rankings are going to improve. And that's a zero money improvement. It's pressing buttons. Okay, so best exercise to lose belly fat for men. Achieve a flat stomach with this powerful workout. Fine, whatever. You got, like, we're lit up here. So learner, okay, so did it use loss? Oops. Did my computer just freeze? Can you guys still hear me? One? Okay. Burning. Exercises. Weight. I don't know. It might be in some of the other ones. So notice how I'm doing it all here. And it's, I don't know, it's kind of slow for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on. But it was kind of weird that I was doing it here, but I'm only doing it on the chosen. Remember, I went from option 1 to option 2 for each of them. And then I was like, well, this is kind of annoying. So we got to work on improvements again. View AI suggestions. Okay, so now we have the keyword cluster group. Well, let me change into our development environment because this isn't live yet. This is coming live to you guys tomorrow. And by the way, anyone that's like dev versus app.xagio, dev is where the guys upload changes and then I test them. You have the ability to log into dev as well. Little tip for you guys, but it is a development environment. Okay, so let me look at this again from another point of view. When I view my AI suggestions and I open my keyword cluster group, okay, we now have the ability to highlight the words down here. So if I look at belly fat, sorry, which one were we at? We were looking at this guy, best exercise to lose belly fat for men. So best exercise to lose belly fat for men. I could see where it was used now, right? Through all the suggestions. Now, what I told my programmer to do is be able to click on the individual words from the cloud or be able to click on the keyword and it would highlight where the keyword shows. So you're going to have the ability to do both tomorrow. He didn't quite get what I meant when I said click on the keyword. He thought, you know, I don't know what he thought, but anyways, it's going to be fixed tomorrow. You'll be able to click on each of these words and show in the URL, title URL description H1 where it's using it, or you can click on individual words so that, and the reason for that is if you keep in mind what your best keyword is or what you want it to be, you could choose the best choice for your scenario right away. Instead of doing what I'm doing on the screen right now and, you know, oh, choose number 1, click, 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 choose number 2, click, click, click. You'll be able to do it all right from here. You'll click this keyword, you'll be like, oh, there it is, there it is. I want number 3, I want number 4, and I want number 2. Boom, done. It's going to be awesome, and it's going to be live tomorrow. Okay. That was a really long tangent. And there's a reason that I went on a really long tangent. Won't it still rank for the other close keywords? Oh, you bet your ass it will. Yeah. Well, okay, I shouldn't say you bet your ass it will. You will have the best opportunity to improve your rankings for all keywords using a cloud optimized strategy that is executed by AI. And the proof I have of that is when we look at, you know, this is a site where it's like I'm ranking very close in rankings for all versions of the keyword. I guess the best example I can give you is the catering group. I don't know if you guys have ever seen. This was all before AI, by the way. Okay, what I'm going to show you right now, and then I'll get back to my off the tangent. Okay, let's go to Xagio, go to Project Planner. And we'll go to catering Stamford, Connecticut. One of the first live Ring-A-Rank Club things I ever did. Oh, that's an audit. This one. Okay. I think there's 19. Oh, okay, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 keywords are targeting here. 16 keywords. And this was before AI. I was saying, okay, when you're targeting that many keywords, you're going to need to use the cloud. Make sure you write creatively, blah, 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 blah. 16 keywords, guys. Ranking number 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Ranking number 1 for my main keyword because I'm optimized most aggressively for my main keyword. But when you're using a cloud optimization strategy where you're optimizing for your main keyword, catering Stamford, Connecticut, but you're not leaving behind your outliers because you're working them into your title description in H1, you rank for everything. So Brian Weathers, here's a live example of, yeah, you're going to rank for everything much, much better with a cloud optimization strategy than not. Once again, every keyword here is tightly clustered, ranking from 5 to 8 because I'm using cloud optimization strategy. And what I'm showing over here is how to get the AI to automatically do the cloud optimization strategy for you and make sure that it's using the right keyword first in your title. We automated that. Okay, understand? Could the catering site still be improved upon with the AI? Well, I don't touch things that aren't broken. Ranking 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So I mean, I'm not really going to touch. And this menu keyword, this outlier, it's kind of gone up and down, but it's ranked as high as number 2 as well. Let's take a peek at it and the history of its ranking. This was something I looked at. We worked at on this live on. I think back here we looked at it and then we're like, oh, we don't have menu in our optimization. Let's put menu in the optimization. Then it kind of was like, whoop. And you can see it's been as high as, 2 or 3. There it is at 2. And then currently it's going in a little down tick here. Okay, but yeah. No, I wouldn't touch it with AI because it's already as good as it gets. I'd let the AI touch stuff that I want to improve though. I definitely would do that. Okay, let's back all the way up. I'm trying to answer questions. Activating the keyword clustering AI is where? It's automatic. I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, I don't know if you mean where to create the clusters of keywords, Jana, or how to make the AI. It's an update. Update your plugin, update your app. A long list of keywords to clean. I'm not sure what you mean. Can you ask your question in its entirety so I understand it, not as in broken pieces, because there's a lot of comments. Okay, please show how you pull the competition info in with your keywords. Very easy to do. Select all keywords, go to the gear actions icon and get competition. Or select the keywords of which you want to get, and then go to the gear icon and select get competition. If you want to just get the competition for everything, watch your credits. These are global functions up here, whereas you notice how we have group functions and keyword functions on the top, and then in each group of keywords we have keyword functions and group functions. These functions are for this group of keywords in the group. These functions are for every group that you see and every keyword on the page. So if you want to be fast with, just give me everything, keyword functions, get the competition. It's like, okay, you're going to grab competition for every keyword on the page. Okay, it's faster, but you use more credits because you're saying, get me everything. Just so you guys understand. But that's how you get it. You can either get it here, get competition, or you can get it right here. Select the keywords that you want and say get competition. Okay, now back to the Chrome. I'll answer your question first, John, and then I'll go back to the Chrome extension and why I went on that wild tangent. Clients with pages that need to be clustered, not optimized, not tightly clustered. What's the question though? I don't understand. I'm sorry. That's why I'm saying answer it in its entirety. Let me sort this differently. Hang on. Clients with pages that need to be clustered, not optimized, not tightly clustered. Where to begin? Okay, that's a full question. I'll answer that in a second. Okay, I think I understand what you're saying. Now, whoa, okay, back to the Chrome extension. Why did we create a Chrome extension? Because once we created the ability to optimize your title URL description in H1 based on a really tight cluster of keywords, okay, and then it goes over to a page because you have good title URL description H1 optimization, we now have the ability inside the Xagio SEO box to go to AI content and to generate blog content. One of the features of Xagio is the ability to generate content based on the title URL description in H1 that you've got generated for you. And the content comes out like an outline. But the outline wasn't everything. It was good enough to rank, and I proved that because I ranked pages with just the AI outline content, right? I'm loading that one. But it wasn't everything. So how could we improve the content? So we got to work on a Chrome extension. And the Chrome extension, of course, has gone on leaps and bounds. So let me introduce you to the Chrome extension first. But the reason for the Chrome extension was to improve on the AI content that was being generated. So plus more. So the vision initially was to, okay, can we take a piece of content, like what types of trees do you service, and send it into the AI to do better? So the idea was highlight a piece of content, right click on it, click on the Xagio AI. This is after you had the Chrome extension installed, okay? And it opens up a modal with your highlighted content, and you say, send it to, GPT, whatever, and operation. What are you trying to do with this little piece of content? Well, I don't want to rephrase it. I want to expand on it. So we preloaded all these commands, right, that are popular, I guess. Or you could put in your own, right? Expand, you can search, or you can put it on your own. Expand on that idea. What tone do you want to use? Choose one or write ones. What style do you want to do? Choose one or write one. So let's actually get poetic here. Let's go poetic just to really. Let's be pessimistic, actually. Tone, pessimistic, style in a chill. Let's do a pessimistic children's story expansion of this content. Okay, I'm just trying to illustrate the power of what we can do here. I would never do this for real content, but the idea, guys, was to highlight a piece of content that the AI wrote on it so that you could get better content. So now I'm going to click send. It's going to send it into your chat GPT. ChatGPT, but now browser app, and all in one. I know, it's amazing. It's amazing. I love it. Okay, so it's taking that highlighted piece of content and in a pessimistic child story, whatever, it's writing it. I don't know if you guys have played around with GPT as much as I do, but it's just like my mind is like this. Like it's like, wow, okay, and then it actually, because you triggered it inside of here, it will rewrite it for you and replace it right there. Okay, is it done? It's done. It's supposed to replace it for you. It's not doing it right now, but I don't know why it's not doing it. But it's supposed to automatically replace it for you by what it does. But basically this. What just happened there? Yeah, I guess the guys are gonna have to update it because ChatGPT just like really updated itself. Okay, it's supposed to go like this. Boop, done. Okay, that's where the Chrome extension started, as a way to like take a content outline that was generated by AI, that was based on the AI optimizations, and then so that you could like really easily get new content really, really fast. Okay, that's the initial purpose of the Chrome extension. And then, but it doesn't just do it on content inside your site. You could go like tree services, you could go to Google, Pensacola, you could go to some competitor site like Tri-State Tree and be like, ooh, I really like his content. Okay, tree removal, I'm gonna go to that page, but I don't want to steal his content, but I really like it. So I'm gonna open it up inside the Xagio AI thing, and I'm going to rewrite, but keep format. No, not format, but keep order. I don't know. I'm creating my own command, right? Chat GPT 3, send it. So I'm going on this guy's site, and now I'm having Chat GPT just redo that for me, right? Just an easy, shortcutted way to do things. Look how fast it is. Wow. So that I'm not completely, using his content. It's up to you what your morals and ethics are. We're just providing you with tools. So then we did that. We're like, cool, it does that. All right, well, what else can we do? So then we're like, okay, let's do some killer prompts. So now, if you go Chat GPT and you turn on your Chrome extension, actually it's changed because Chat GPT just released a huge update. Oops. Am I still online? Give me a yes or no. Oh, I can't show this part today because this isn't working. Chat GPT just released a big update, so our stuff doesn't show. But the point is, we added prompts, and you know what? I'm not even going to talk about it because it's not here. But we have prompts, which I'll demo on a day where it'll work again, because this is honestly a new view of Chat GPT. It was different than what I saw the last time I was there, which was only a day or two ago. So we have prompts, okay, that you can use to generate content, generate images, all kinds of stuff. Like for instance, these homeless men thank you Xagio signs that I've been generating. I've seen them, but like it just like I laugh because like once again like the power of GPT and DALL-E and stuff. I don't know where Xagio AI is here. It kind of like, you can see what I'm doing here. I'm trying to generate a bunch of homeless men with rich watches standing in front of Google holding a Xagio AI sign. Like, thanks Xagio AI in marble. Like, it's just, oh my God. Like, this is amazing what's happening. So we're trying to keep up to the speed and power of Sean Connery here, of AI with Xagio. And we're trying to pull everything that they're doing into the tool the best that we can for our purposes, okay? So those are the biggest updates, an hour and a half later on this webinar. Those are the biggest updates, okay? Project Planner now inside of Xagio app, the templates design, which AI can generate your images for you, and which they are for us, so they are for you, and the Chrome extension, which I can't fully demo today because AI and ChatGPT, OpenAI and ChatGPT are advancing so damn fast, it's keeping us on our toes to be able to keep up with it, okay? Those are the 3 updates, guys. Give me a score of 1 to 10 on how happy you are with the updates. 10 being I'm very happy, and 1 being like, well, whatever. It's been a lot of work. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 plus 8. Ira doesn't give a shit. She's like 1. That's okay. Unless it was a typo. Oh, it was a typo. 10. Yeah, it is hard to keep up. It's hard for us to keep up. We're trying, but it's also hard to separate the cool from the useless. You know what I mean? Like, it's very cool, but it's not. What's the use case here? You know what I mean? So we're doing a lot of work, guys. We're working hard, but that's where it's at now. Keyword clustering. How do I find these killer keywords? Use case. Now, I guess this is where we're going to get into the use case scenario of the webinar, right? And I wish I could demo this in the best possible way. Jana, let's go back up to you. And let me ask you questions. You want me to do training every couple of weeks, Frank? That's a lot. That's a tall order, man. These are exhausting for me. You got to understand, you know, that I'll say we have hundreds of really active users of Xagio. And then we have, you know, thousands of kind of dabblers and thousands more that don't even know what's going on. So if I had a webinar every couple of weeks, I would get a complete mix of people coming on and asking the same questions over and over and over again. And that I'll tell you, from the last time that I burnt out on doing training webinars, the number one thing that burnt me out was people coming on asking the same question again and again and again because they weren't watching replays, or they didn't know there was replays, or this or that. And it doesn't matter what the reason is, because the one thing that's consistent, yeah, thanks, Rob. The one thing that's consistent is I'm the one on the webinar every time. And it's so hard for me mentally to come on and do the same thing and say the same thing over and over and over, and then even teach people how to answer their own questions when I'm not present. And then I'd have to get into teaching that again, and because people, and it just became exhausting, to be honest, man. I was just like, I'd rather go build the product and make the product cool. And that's where my passion lies the most of all, guys, is making this thing good and making this thing, you know, relevant and timely and powerful. And that's what I want to do. Like, I like coming on the webinars like this with you guys and like seeing how you react to it and teaching you guys about it. But I'll tell you, if I do it, you know, too often, I start getting burnt out. I start getting angry. I start, you know, the product starts suffering. So there is a balance that has to exist. And I will not do it every 2 weeks. I tell you that. Right now, I'm committing to monthly again. And I'm doing that to protect my sanity, to be honest. But 2 weeks is just too much, man, honestly. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're loving it. I'm glad, you know, that you like the training. And I'll do it monthly for now. And hopefully everybody will do their part in keeping up with either attending the webinars or watching the replays before coming on and asking the same question that was covered last week. Tell him to pay his teenager to figure out Xagio, and he will. You guys must know each other. All right, so let's go back into the project planner and talk about how do I work on my existing client and get a tight group for them. Somebody throw me a website that I can analyze live. A client website, a personal website. Everyone's going to see it, just so you know. But if you guys want to best see how do I, you know, either prospect or analyze an existing client, this is how I'm going to do it. All right, let's go with this one. Eye Doctors Atlanta. I'm sorry for being sick. I can mute myself every time I have to cough or sneeze or snort, but I'm just going to go with it. You guys all do the same in your privacy, so I don't have the time to slow me fast. Okay, so Eye Doctors Atlanta, I don't know what they are. They're maybe a potential client. I don't know what they're. Tell me a little bit, actually, Jeff, about. Actually, Jeff, do you have a mic on your laptop? Can I put you live? And it's just easier to bring you live. Me and you can talk. Jeff, are you willing to come on and chat with me if I unmute your mic? Cool. I'm gonna unmute you. Hang on a sec. Jeff, where'd you go? Something's being weird. Hang on a second. I haven't done this in a while. Attendee is self-muted. Unmute yourself, Jeff. If you know how. I just unmuted you as an organizer, but there you go. Hi. Hello. Does that sound weird to everyone? Jeff? It sounds like a toddler alien. Like, okay, so that's not gonna work, Jeff. I don't know what you're. And honestly, like, even the audience right now is like laughing because it sounds so weird. Whatever, your mic is doing something very weird. That's what I hear. And everyone else. So I don't know, see if you can figure that out, because I'd love to have you on. So the way I'm going to start this, guys, you can unmute yourself whenever you got your mic issues figured out, Jeff. Unless you just left the webinar. Yeah, no, I think you left the webinar. Anyways, okay, so let's say this was an existing client and you don't have Xagio installed on their site. Unmute. Okay, let's go. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I always, even on Google Meet, I always have to refresh the page because I get the chipmunk thing. My VA teases me every day. So
oh my God, it's the best sound in the world, man. It's like.
yeah, I'm so glad everybody got a kick out of that.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of laughs in there.
Okay, so that's a client. I have a client who I'm building a new website for. He's an optometrist in Atlanta, and I decided. Remember I told you when I got Xagio, I had a guy that I broke even on because I charged him for doing the audit. This is him. And so I decided to build a lead gen site for him.
Okay.
And that's what the Eye Doctors Atlanta is.
Site or the client site?
That's the lead gen site. The client site is still under construction.
Brand new site.
I'm sorry?
I can't. Okay, well, no, sorry, that's not true. I can't. Okay, so this is a brand new site. So the for everyone starting, okay, so
like Kirk, I might not qualify because Xagio is already loaded on that site and we've been using Xagio heavily.
Okay, so
maybe you need somebody else.
Well, no, because now once again, guys, the reason I'm asking all these questions is because how you're going to use Xagio is going to be different dependent on what you need, what you want to do, right? So like you gave me this URL and my thoughts were this was like a client. And typically, guys, if it was like an existing client, what you would do is audit their domain, okay? And then the audit would go and search them. Now, if it's a brand new domain and you run an audit on it, this is what it's going to look like, right? Oh, well, we didn't find anything, right? Well, the domain's so new, of course we didn't find anything. Now, let's go do that search, okay? Eye Doctors Atlanta, find a fictitious client, okay? So eyeconsultants.net, and let's audit them instead, okay? And we're going to do this all inside the same group. So let me close some stuff here. So project's empty, okay? That's why. Let's do a new audit, okay? Run audit. And let's say this was the client fictitiously, okay? If fictitiously this is the client, this is what would happen. I'd run the audit. It would hopefully find a bunch of stuff. If you run an audit and it comes back empty, guys, the software's not broken. It's saying, look, we didn't find any ranking keywords, right? That's why. Some people run audits and they come back empty and they say, no, Xagio's broken. Trust me, Xagio ain't broken. It just didn't find anything. So maybe the broken part of Xagio is that we need a bigger message that says, sorry, we didn't find anything. Okay, so we're running an audit on this guy. Did you get muted again, Jeff? Just let me get through this and then I'll
unmute myself.
Okay.
Do you want his current site?
Nope.
Okay.
Don't have to. So here's what we found for the client. Okay. Now what would I do? Okay, this is something. Okay. Oh, there's so much I want to say that I can't say anything. Number one, guys, a new feature that's coming to the project planner is the ability to share the project. Okay, so for instance, if Eye Doctors Atlanta, they were like, show me what you got, I might hire you, I don't know, impress the shit out of me, and then I'll tell you if I'll hire you. Okay, we're gonna create a thing that is very similar to what you may or may not know even exists inside the rank tracker. So let's go to that Tree Services Pensacola site again. Pensacola. Okay, so here's my Tree Services Pensacola rank tracker when it loads. If it loads, not much has gone wrong on the webinar today, so I'm happy about that. But hello. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Thank you. There we go. What? Sorry, guys. Let me. It's saying no keywords. That's just not possible. Well, it is possible because it's happening, but I just want to go look over here real quick. See if I did something bad. Yeah, there should be a bunch of keywords for Tree Services Pensacola that are tracking. Sorry to get off track here, guys, but I'm just, let me go to app actually. Maybe it's something to do with that. Now I got to remember what the hell I was doing in the first point after this. Oh, come on. Come on. This thing works flawlessly when I'm not live. I don't run into a lot of issues. Tree Services and uncheck it. Yeah, that's weird that there's no keywords added. Okay, whatever. The point I'm trying to make here right now, first of all, is that you can share a rank tracker. Thanks, Andrew. It's worth it just to be here to see you scrambling. Okay, this little icon right here, the share icon, guys. So I'm on ad 32. What you can do is click that and it gives you a very secure URL that you can share to anyone, really, a client, a friend, your mom, I don't know. And it gives them a private rank track report, right? So that they can see where the rankings are. They can click on keywords and see historical rankings and zoom in and zoom out and all the things you do. Okay, it's a shared ranking report that's secure. They can't log into your account or anything like that. It's basically good for client reporting and any other creative thing that you come up with on your own. Okay, I want the dev team, and this is almost done actually, to do the same thing with projects in the project planner or in the plugin. The purpose, let's say Eye Doctors Atlanta was a prospected client of mine where they're like, show me what you got then. And you're like, okay, let me show you what I got. And you can share the report with them, right? So you would click a share URL and they would see this. And now, back to all the way to Jana, who's saying, I want to help my clients with clustering keywords and improving optimizations. Now, which is kind of the same thing of what I would want to help Eye Doctors Atlanta do, maybe, right? And be like, okay, well, what are you ranking for and what can you basically do better? So let's just kind of peek. Here's their site, Eye Consultants, okay? And what I'm going to do is look at their optimizations, look at the keywords that they're ranking for. They're ballers. They're obviously very big in Atlanta, like Atlanta Eye Consultant ranking #1. So great, you know, you're doing kick-ass Eye Consultant, not even a geo modifier. They're ranking #2. So they're killing it for their main keywords. But could they be optimized better, or could they be ranking for more? So let's look at terrible rankings. Okay, so they're Atlanta Eye Group, Atlanta Go Optometrist, you know. Ooh, okay, right away I see, okay. Well, it's not the biggest search volumes that you got, but I don't see anything about optometry in your homepage. Maybe you have another page for it, maybe you don't. I would look at that right away. For instance, I would look at optometrist F. Okay, there's 30 variations of the keyword optometrist across this page. Do they all exist inside? There, okay, buckhead ophthalmists. That's a different location. Optometrists and ophthalmologists. Okay, I would spend some time. Nothing I can do in 3 minutes on a live webinar today. Okay, but what I would do is look at that, and the homepage being that is one of the biggest ones to look at, is what I would look at, and look at, you know, what are you not ranking for that you could rank for, right? Right away, I see optometrist. Like, I can even open the cloud. It's going to be a big cloud, but okay. So we have optometrist, we have optometrists, we have optometry. So all these keywords, K595, I'm looking at their worst ranking stuff on their homepage and seeing very, very quickly, you have an opportunity to just add a simple bit of optometry into your optimizations to improve your rankings. They're killing it with the high volume keywords on eye consultants, but they're optimized for eye consultants and eye care on their homepage. So they're getting the job done with what they're targeting, but they're missing out on some low hanging fruit. So that's one thing I would say to them, right? Stuff like that. And that's in 1 minute, guys. I would never try and land a client with 1 minute of research. I would do a hell of a lot more research in here for them, and then provide that information to them, hoping to land the client. Right? Does that make sense, Jana? If the client's like, yep, I love you, work with me, I then install a copy of Xagio on their site, and I export this to the plugin, or I run an audit on the plugin so that I have all this data and all their pages connected. And now I can start working on their pages. Because if I had ran this audit from inside the plugin on their site, I could actually fix this optimization right here. Right? Now, if I was doing keyword research, okay, I got the client, I'm doing keyword research, and I have this, you know, I would now, you know, go and audit maybe some competitors or whatever, right? There's so many ways to do this. That's why I'm stuttering a lot. One of the easiest ways to do it is pick your opportunity and then run a wizard or an audit. Okay, so let's do this again. I'll show you. Okay, optometrists. So I'm gonna go, no, it's the best way to do this. I'll do it both ways. Okay, way one, I wanna find a bunch more keywords for these guys, but I want it to contain the word optometrist. So I'm gonna grab the word optometrist. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my folders, and I'm gonna do a new audit. Watch this, this is different. You can go audit, eye consultants, but filter results to only contain this keyword. Filter the results to only contain this keyword. Jeff, you said holy shit. I don't know what you said holy shit in regards to. Hopefully it was. Okay, so now what I did is I ran the audit again, but I ran it with a filter of optometrist. And it came back, they're still ranking for a ton of stuff for optometrists, but look how poorly they're ranking. They have this page, they're ranking best with this, but like, these are more versus keywords. These are great keywords, but they have a blog post tagging it. But I mean, when it's down to their, you know, their optimizations, they have shitty URL optimizations and stuff like that. There's just so much that we could do for this company, right? They're a big company, but they're not optimized for this particular keyword too, right? Okay, well, Atlanta Eye Care Center and eye consultants are their mains. Well, how would AI optimize it? So let's do something. Let me go visit the site. Atlanta Eye Care Experts. Their domain is eyeconsultants.net. Their company name is Eye Consultants of Atlanta. So they're kind of all over the map here. Consultants of Atlanta. Let's go look at the project. So there's their at least they did this right. Okay. They put their company name at the back of the title, even though there's much better use for their company, the back of the title. You should never put your company name in your optimization unless there's nothing else to put there, or it's so keyword rich that it's going to bring in new customers that don't know. There's so many tangents that are going to go on. Jesus. Let me pull this back in here. I'm actually going to open up a second window because this is getting interesting and juicy. Jeff says, holy shit, I can add Xagio to an existing website, identify missed opportunities on individual pages, and charge the client to improve their individual page rankings and therefore their website rankings. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to open this one over here and this one over here. Yeah, and look how fast I identified like the whole optometrist, Atlanta, Georgia group of keywords. So let's do this. Let's go like this first. Actions, get keyword competition, right? Because we're going to have the AI assist us. And then over here was the big old audit, right? Where what they're ranking for is these 9,000 searches per month keywords, right? Atlanta eye consultant, Atlanta eye consultants, Atlanta. That happens to be their business name. That also happens to be a keyword. Now, the only question in my mind that I would be thinking at this point is the people who are searching Atlanta eye consultant, are they searching for the company because they already know it exists and it just happens to be named Atlanta eye consultant, or are they looking for an eye consultant in Atlanta and they just happen to name their business, you know, eye consultants of Atlanta, which is smart, right? Because it has a lot of search volume. The best way to explain this is if the business name was Coffee Mug, okay, and Coffee Mug was an eye consultant. So let's do this. I'm trying to make it something so out there, you know, okay, or McAfee, or I don't know. I'm trying to show you something that's like this is their business name, and this is their service is eye consultants. Okay. Their business name happens to be the keywords that people search for to find the service that they don't know yet exists, right? And there's 9,900, 9,900, 9,900 eye consultants of Atlanta. These are great keywords to target, but it also happens to be their business name. But we're not going to worry about that. We're going to look at this optometrist group. There you go. We have some pretty good optometrists in Atlanta, Georgia, right? So they could even create a whole new page to improve these rankings. They have decent rankings, but if they're not targeting this shit, they should be. And here's the optimization of it. I don't have to write it. I don't have to think about it. The AI does it. I'm just going to tell them what to do. Yeah, I don't target brand or company names. And the reason why is I think from the customer's perspective, if this company's name was Coffee Mug and people knew about Coffee Mug and loved Coffee Mug and they always went to get their eyes fixed at Coffee Mug, when they go onto Google and they search Coffee Mug and you show up because you're optimized for Coffee Mug, I know this is such a stupid example, but people are searching for you because they already know you exist. Why would you optimize for that? That's not going to bring you any new customers. That's just going to help provide your contact information for customers who already know you exist. There's no new revenue there. So why would you put your name in your optimization when there's a million better things that you could put in your optimization to attract people who are looking for you, don't know what you're called, but you provide the services they're looking for. They'll find out that you're called Coffee Mug when they get there and give you money. So this is what I would rather optimize like, right? Optometrist, and look at AI nailed it. It grabbed the right keyword again. Optometrist in Atlanta, Georgia has 590 searches per month, and it has 19 in title. Actually, there's one lower, Atlanta GA optometrist. And then at optometrist Atlanta, Georgia actually is even lower still. Let me actually like just remove these for a second. I'm going to move these three over here, and I'm going to move these three over here, just so I can really do this. Boop. Optometrist Atlanta, Georgia. Let's review the AI suggestions again. What did it choose? It chose optometrist in Atlanta, Georgia. It chose this one, probably because it's taking into consideration this. But easy to change, right? Easy to change. These are all still really relatively low in title. Let me just do this. I'm kind of in my analysis mode, and I don't usually talk when I'm in analysis mode. Optometrist in Atlanta, Georgia. Oops. Georgia. Oh, I see. Find the best eye care professionals. So that's just fluff. Still good. This time it didn't do the best. I won't lie to you guys. I don't think it did the best job. I still think it did a great job. I don't think it did the best job, because it chose optometrists in Atlanta, Georgia, which is this guy. Choose the third least competitive, but top in URL, which is good. But sometimes I also, okay, so I don't know if you guys, I argue with ChatGPT sometimes. No, you didn't. Yes, you did. No, you didn't. And I do it just to like see what's possible and push boundaries and shit like that. And I got to asking it, do you understand how to pick the best keyword? Yes, I do. Okay, well, what's the best keyword according to what I said? Well, it's this. Well, then why didn't you optimize for it? Kind of that kind of argument. You're 100% right, Janny. You just nailed it right away. And AI even told me that. Well, I understand that this is the best keyword, but trying to create 5 URL title and descriptions that make sense in the English language with optometrist Atlanta, Georgia is hard to do. And the AI is telling me, it's hard to do, man. Like, so I didn't do it. I said, well, that's your prime directive. Do it regardless. Well, I just can't do it. It's kind of weird, right? But that's what happened. This keyword, being that it is low competition, is the easiest one to optimize for in a way that reads properly. But that's okay, right? If we want to say no AI, we can change it, right? So let's do it again. Let's review, let's regenerate AI suggestions. And we're going to say, no, you got to use this. It still might not. AI is not 100%. Sometimes it does its own thing. So this time we're saying specifically, yeah, no problem, John. Let's see what it does. So when you slap her around a little bit, look what happens. Now it's all 5 are doing it. Yeah, there's not much here as far as the keyword cloud. We're pretty focused, right? There's optometrist and optometrist. There's Georgia and there's GA. And then there's Atlanta, right? There's no alternatives to Atlanta. And there's optometrists or optometrist in Atlanta, Georgia. Just doing the best it can, right? So let's use that and save that to group. Okay, we forced it this time to use optometrist Atlanta, Georgia. So optometrist, Atlanta, it did it. She listened, right? Advanced technology for precise diagnosis. I didn't think of that. It did. I would have never thought of that. It knows how to do things better. But there you go. Like that is crazy good optimization, you know, and that's they either create a new page and optimize like this, or go back to your original page where you have this, and instead of using your whatever it was you had, let me refresh this page because I didn't save it yet. And this is I have multiple. This is the great thing. If I'm in a client meeting, I'm sitting here telling them, guys, you got options. We got good options, in fact. Right? And going into a meeting and saying, look, you could do this or you could do that, and they're both going to provide better results for you. The client's going to be like, man, this guy knows his shit. Right? And you're backing it all by data that they can look at. Except you got to spell right, or let the AI do it. Optometrist. So that's kind of what I would do with a client. And then along those lines of thinking, is like, look at what they got, look at where you can improve. If the client, you know, was like, okay, what I would suggest is like, look, you're crushing it for the big high volume keywords here. Stay focused, because you are focused, right? But create another page for optometrists, and then get as focused over here as you did over there. Create a new page. I love it. Boom. Right? That's what I would do. If I wanted to do keyword research as a possible lead gen, and I was using these guys as a spy, what would I do now? Watch this, guys. This is where shit gets really cool. Okay, my lead gen is going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. So the first thing I want to do is get rid of non-geographical keywords. How do I do it? Let's do it. Let's get fun here. Okay. Keyword functions, seed keywords. Okay, what's seed keywords? It's saying pull every word that has Atlanta out of all the keywords. Okay, so because remember, I have group keyword functions, and then these ones which right now they're on the left, but if you zoom out, they should go back to the right. It's just because this bit was long. We'll improve that so that things are showing up where they're supposed to. Okay, these are global. So what I'm saying with seed, so clustering is basically saying take a group of keywords and push them out into new clusters. Seeding is kind of the reverse. Seeding is saying go look at all the clusters and pull stuff in. So seed is the opposite of cluster, right? So I'm going to seed Atlanta. And I love this because we built so many little shortcut, fast ways to manipulate large data, right? So here we have our Atlanta group of keywords. Every keyword in this group has the word Atlanta in it. All the rest of them don't. So now what I'm going to do is go new project, right? What folder do I want it to be in? I want it to be in my, I think we're in Eye Doctors Atlanta, and I'm going to name it Atlanta Keywords, right? So I'm going to save that. And then I'm going to go take that Atlanta Keywords, because I got to get it out of here. Move group to Atlanta Keywords, right? So what folder? It loads the folder you're already working in by default, and then it says what group. I just created a new project. I'm going to move it. I think I could have done that in multiple ways, but whatever. Let's go back to my folders now. And I'm going to take my Atlanta keywords. And now that I seeded all the geographically relevant Atlanta stuff, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to cluster. And now, since there's only one group, whether I cluster here or here, it's the same, only because there's only one group of keywords anyway. If there was 50 groups of keywords, this cluster would consider, keyword functions, this cluster would consider every keyword in every group, okay? So right now it doesn't matter, but I'm gonna do this one. Cluster keywords. What's clustering? Clustering is taking a big group of keywords and trying to make sense out of them all automatically so that you don't have to do it yourself. So all I'm going to do is take all the default settings. I'm going to click preview cluster, which is now a new feature, and it's going to say, look, this should be a cluster, this should be a cluster, this should be a cluster, and then this miscellaneous group, none of the stuff really matched up, right? Now I can play with these. For instance, I can say, look, you got to have a minimum of 6 matches in a group before you create a cluster. Okay, I'll just change. When I make illustrations, I provide really radical illustrations at first, so you understand really what they work. Like for instance, 99. Make 99 matches, right? This will come out to be. If that doesn't have 99 matches, don't create a cluster. It's going to be one group, miscellaneous. 99 was too many. Okay, but if I lower it to 6. Oh, there's a couple groups. So cataract surgeons, ophthalmologists, Georgia, right? What if I lower it to 4? Preview. And the reason there's a preview now in here is because the old way would have done that, you actually had to perform the cluster and then recluster if it wasn't working out. Now we're like, no, let's preview it and then do it. So there. Now, let me explain what these works. This group, minimum keywords, I'll go back to 6 for illustrative purposes. There has to be 6 matches before it'll create a cluster. So there's a minimum 6 keywords in this one and this one. And this one said, no, none of these words made any, it didn't meet your criteria. This one means groups of a minimum of 6. This one means, I'm going to lower this. You have to match at least 6 words before it gets into a group. This will, if I press preview cluster, it'll have just one group of miscellaneous because there you go. Okay. Now, if I lower this down to default, I'm saying match at least 2 words and make at least 2 matches before you make a cluster. Okay. These are just rules that you can play with. Include common prepositions like of, in, for, right? Does it change things? Maybe, maybe not. These words, okay, excluded words, are auto-populated for you based on how many times does each of these words happen in the group. So for instance, since everything's in one group, it's easy to see. If we go to the word cloud, Atlanta is in 146 variations, every keyword. So if we're clustering, maybe we should ignore Atlanta, right? And the next one is probably I. It's in 80 variations. So maybe we should ignore I because it's in every keyword anyway. So that's not going to provide for good clustering. Does that make sense, guys? Ignoring the most common words when clustering helps you get better clusters. Give me a yes if that makes sense or a no if it doesn't. Okay. So we built that in automatically to improve clustering out of the gate, right? Consultants of Atlanta, like, okay, well, that's not really a good cluster because look at all these words after. Okay, so anyways, if we go back into our cluster, okay, we automatically count and ignore the top 3 words for you. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to, okay? But then we built in the preview cluster for you so that you could play with these settings first, preview, and then if you're happy, click cluster keywords, and then it performs the cluster for you, right? Now you can go to this miscellaneous group, which should be one of the biggest groups, right? These didn't meet, and you can further cluster with less strict rules, right? Because if I cluster the cluster that's already been clustered, it's going to say no, like nothing new was found. So you got to, oops, it's going to, oh, because I didn't, yeah, sorry. You got to loosen the rules now a little bit if you want to cluster this one further. So cluster keywords, it'll still do, so now Atlanta eye care is the top 3 words. It's changed a little bit because we have less, but now we can say, no, ignore this. I want at least 4 words in my cluster and try it like that. And I'm going to ignore this and then blah, right? So Atlanta optometry, miscellaneous, Atlanta eye. So it's doing it. I'm still not loving it. So let's include prepositions, preview. Same thing. That's actually pretty good. Let's lower this to 3. Just play with it, guys. right? And this is what I do when I'm doing this shit. I sit here and I play with it, look at it, read it, love it. I'm just here to teach you how to use it. And this preview cluster thing is a new thing. Okay? And it's very helpful and very good. So there you go. That's how, Jenna, I don't even know if you're still here or not. That's how I'm clustering keywords now. I'm analyzing top ranking competition, pulling it in using filters, right? I don't like this group. It's too big and weird. Cluster. Preview. Not good enough. Lower it down. Preview. No, way too tight. Don't include common. Preview. Not good enough. 1. Preview. There we go. Cluster. I just do it until I get it the way I like it. And all I need, guys, Atlanta ophthalmologist, is a cluster of keywords that have the same semantic meaning. Atlanta ophthalmologists. Okay, another little, okay, are we good there, guys? Do you understand? That's how you use the functions. You have to be creative now. You got to figure out, these are the cards that you have. Use them in any way you see fit. I know you guys like thinking how I like thinking. Like I've listened to what everyone, but like the most important thing right now is to show you guys the new features, the new functions, how to use them, and then let's all get at it. Let's get creative, right? Like there's a million ways that we can all skin a cat with the tool the way it is now, right? Another tip and an important one, I guess, in seeding keywords. Okay, you have the ability. Okay, so let's do another seed for demonstration purposes here. So I'm going to seed everything, meaning I now have, let's collapse all. I now have a lot of groups from this keyword. Remember, we came in here with one big group. The one commonality among all keywords is that the word Atlanta is in it. But now I'm down to like 15 clusters or 20 or 30. I don't even know. Okay, whatever, which is cool. Now, a seed function, a couple more cool things here. Let's go about this a different way. I'm going to do 1 dot Georgia, right? And Georgia and GA. I'm seeding 2 keywords into a new group named Georgia. One is called Georgia and one's called GA. Okay. How you're going to apply that in your situation is going to be up to you. Now, we all know Georgia is a state that Atlanta's in, right? So I just pulled out relevant keywords out of groups that are more relevant being in an ophthalmologist group or an optometry group than a Georgia group, right? Let's go group functions, expand keywords again. Oh, look at this big old group full of, all kinds of shit. Because it was a bad example of a seed, right? You don't seed by location unless you have a million locations. If you have a single location in the state, some people are saying Georgia, some people are saying GA. You seed by intent, search intent, right? Like neuro-ophthalmologist, like ophthalmologist, I had it right the first time, right? Like keyword, if I wanted to start over again, I got too far down the rabbit hole and I got a billion groups and I'm like, oh shit. That's okay. Just go to the global keyword functions, seed keywords, put back, not seed, sorry, cluster. Keyword functions cluster. The default is 2, not included, and a full count cluster, boom. Okay, that'll take you back to the start. Or if you really want to go back to the start, you can actually use a consolidate function. This is going overload. Yeah, it is. That's because I'm telling you like super finite details. Richard took off. He was like, no, this is crazy. Okay, consolidate means put everything into one group for me, please. So now, guys, yes, it is getting super finite and super techy, but that's just because I'm trying to tell you the functions and features that you have available to you. right? We're not talking about a specific case study of like, how do I optimize? Like, I'm just showing you, this is what this does. 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 That's where people start getting like, and I'm mashing brains now, so I'll stop. You guys ask me questions. Now we're 2 hours and 15 minutes into this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a little PEE break and I'll be right back. I'll leave this open. You guys start typing your questions. When I get back, I'll start answering them. Okay. So I will be right back. Okay. Fitz, love this. Xagio has an undo button. Getting angry. No, I'm not getting angry. Okay. So any questions, guys? Anything about anything? Okay. Because I kind of covered a lot. So, Herc, is that 5 templates for 5 sites or 5 templates for it? You can put that template on 150 sites if you want to, Brian. Once you have the files, they're yours. Sergio, where can I get a good training link for schema within Xagio? I need to learn more. See, that's a tough question, Sergio, because what do you need to learn? Do you need to learn the functions or do you need an education on schema? What schema should I use? What's the best schema? What's the best properties? Right? Or how does this thing even work? So a more specific question is what I need, right? Philip's like, do I look like a deer in the headlights? Wow, are you overwhelmed? Is anyone overwhelmed? Give me a 1. This is one thing that Xagio has always done to people is like, I am overwhelmed. You just brain dumped so much shit on me. I don't know where to go again. And it happens so much, guys. You gotta remember, Xagio where it's at right now is 8 years of constant development updates of everything imaginable that I like. If you want to know what I know about SEO, it's in Xagio. John says, yeah, I feel overwhelmed, but this is a great tool and good job, Herc. Thank you. What if there is keyword result find? Do you copy and upload keywords? I'm not really sure what you mean there, McWani. What if there is keyword result find? Like, how do you upload keywords into the project planner? Like if you have keywords that you found on a different tool and you're like, I want these keywords that I like in this group. Yeah, okay, no problem. That's very easy to do. Okay, there's actually the sad thing is I'm gonna brain dump you all again. There's lots of ways to do that. Number one, add new keywords, right? The little plus button, and then you copy and paste your list of keywords, right? But that's gonna come with no volume, no CPCs, okay? Number two, if it's an empty group, you click this button, add keywords. Number three, you can actually, in keyword functions, you can import a CSV of keywords, and there's 4 formats: AdWords Planner CSV, Keyword Supremacy CSV, Surfer SEO CSV, or a custom CSV. Okay, just make sure you're following the format, keyword, volume, CPC in your CSV. Is there more? No, that's about it. Yeah, just add your keywords that way. Either add them here or add a CSV. I guess there's 2. That's not too much of a brain dump. Samir, do we have any video training tutorial for keywords clustering in any modules? Not yet, because I have been spending the past few months building out these features and getting them happening. This is something I was going to show you guys earlier, and I didn't because I went on rants. Okay, this is our development board. This is the done column. It's been a lot of work, and this is the second one. There's a whole nother Trello board that was an older one that we turned into this one, and each one of these things can take anywhere from an hour to a week to build and create. So you can see how much has been done, how what we want to do, and we're working on multiple things. So there's a lot going on, a lot that has gone into it. Training videos are really, really hard, especially specifically for Xagio, for instance. Like, and I know this is a big fault of Xagio, but it's because I don't have an elegant solution yet. So when I do something like create the how-to user guide, the video training user guide, right? And I'm like, here's how you do this, and here's how you do this, and I shoot a video. 4 days later, the video is out of date because the tool got better again. One thing Xagio is great at is keeping up with new features, functions, and improving. One thing Xagio is bad at is help docs and video training docs specific to features, but it's because we're so fast at development. I would have to hire someone full-time as a video editor that understood Xagio. That's the struggle. That's the struggle with this tool. If I stop all development, stop everything right now, we're going to spend the next 3 months shooting videos, writing help docs so that people could go find it, okay? And then 3 months later it comes out, it's going to be great. And then a month later it's going to be out of date again. So you guys tell me how to solve that problem and I'll solve all your problems, because I haven't figured out a way yet. Actually, I kind of have. Let me demo it for you. Because trust me, I'm aware of that problem. I am, trust me, God, I want to fix it so bad. Let me show you though what I got. Sorry, just looking for it. This is what's coming. Still looking for it. Here we go. I'm funny. Thanks. I'm stressed. Okay. So this is what is in testing right now, this testing phase. And I'm working really hard on it, because the answer to that big conundrum that I just described, I think, lies in AI. So this looks like a lot like the Xagio homepage, which, by the way, is also completely outdated and needs to be updated. But here we have a little chat bot where I can say, somebody asked me a question about Xagio right now on the live chat. We're going to test this thing live. Actually, I'll just use that one. Oh no, well that's okay. So your question asked to the AI chatbot. do we have any video training tutorial on for keyword clustering? Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know the answer. How does Xagio use keyword clustering? I don't know. See, this is what we're working on. We have uploaded hours and hours of video files and stuff. We're working on an AI that can answer your questions, because AI is so good at analyzing data. But in order to get a good AI, you have to feed the AI the proper stuff. And I'm working on that for you guys, so that, you know, it's kind of like having a version of me that you can just come to at any time. It's like, I own a shoe repair business. You know, how should I use Xagio? Right? Yeah, guys, this is being recorded. This will be replayed. Oh, you want an offer? Does anybody not own Xagio and wants to buy it at this point? Because I can tell you guys where to get a deal, but it's a limited time offer deal because I have to be fair to everybody. Harry, you said it, so I'm bringing it up. I didn't want to make this a sales webinar, but I'm glad that you learned enough that you want to buy it. Go to Xagio.net, price offer. And be warned, if you're not ready to buy, don't go here. Where's my chat? Be warned, guys, and I'll show you why, okay? If you go to Xagio.net/price offer, you'll get a 17-minute offer. See, and I already went through the offer, so it took it away from me. But you'll be able to save every year or every month on any package from that link. So I'm going to put the link in the chat, but if you click it and you activate that timer and you run out of time without purchasing, you're not going to get it again. Okay, and that's in order to be fair to everybody. Okay, what I suggest you do if you're on the fence is buy any of the offers, the one that you think makes the most sense, because that locks in your discount, whether it's an annual discount or a monthly discount. And then you're locked into that price. You're still protected by a 30-day money back guarantee. If you're like, no, I picked the wrong package, or I don't like it, there's still the money back guarantee. Okay. Ask if refreshments will be served. Oh God, my stomach's like eating itself. I just want to stay on with you guys as long as you want to stay on today, because it's been the first one in a while, and there's just so many updates. So I'm here for you guys right now to answer questions. Do you have an overlay plugin favorite? That's not a Xagio question, Brad. Local supremacy I use, but I don't want to turn this webinar into something that it's not about, really. Jeff says, Herc, the Facebook Lives cover clustering somewhat. Yeah, they do. I'll try to get those onto the blog as well, actually. Facebook.com/group/Xagio. I had been doing some lives in Facebook using StreamYard. You'll have to go through and, yeah, like this kind of stuff, where I just come on and I'm like, I just go live. I'll try to put these into the blog, 52 minutes, yeah. They were the really impromptu. Really what these were for me was like I was prepping to get ready for webinars again. And of course, like when I get excited about shit, I want to tell you guys about it right away. So I'm like, I gotta tell someone, it's so awesome. So I go on a Facebook Live. Harry, I like the information. Oh, you already asked that. Best I've seen is Wisdom by Searchy. Never even heard of this. Is that a chatbot? I don't know. It is, maybe. I've been testing chatbots. The reason I chose the one I did is because it was very cool, and the team's actually doing it for me. I had to pay them a bit of money, but they're training the AI for me, because I was like, look, I don't have time to learn how to train your AI on my shit. I'm like, well, we'll do it for money. I'm like, okay, do it. Do the credits in the planner refresh each month? Yes. They refresh each month. If you run them down to 0, then you got to wait for the next month. We took the store out of Xagio. I might put it back in. I'm not sure yet. If you're running out of credits, I suggest just getting a bigger package and using the offer to get a bigger package. If you're seeing a screen pop up that shows the statement of accounts, that means you're still being billed by the old billing system. You need to get onto the new billing system. It's just a switch, but you get a better price, a good offer. So do that. Contact support if it's an issue though, okay? Support is easy, guys, right here. If you don't have Xagio, how do you get to support? Support.xagio.net. Or if you want to use email, okay, here's the support link, guys. Send. If you want to use email, support@xagio.net, or go to xagio.net and then hit the support link. I mean, it's so easy to find support. John, in Xagio app, I have an HTML site. Can I do an audit? Can I do keyword research? Can I use rank tracker? Okay, you can audit anything, first of all. If it's a URL, you can audit it. It doesn't matter if it's HTML, WordPress, Magento, Joomla, blah, blah, blah. If you have a domain name, you can audit it. Audit. All you need is a domain to audit something. Now, so that's kind of not a full, okay, so you can do an audit, yes. Can I do keyword research? Yes, you can do anything, including audits, wizards, inside of the project planner, yes. Can I use the rank tracker in project planner? No, not yet. You will be able to, we have to like rebuild the whole function of the rank tracker to track stuff that didn't originate inside the project planner. So the short answer is right now, no. In the future, yes, you'll be able to track anything. Does it connect to HTML sites so that you can do the work in here and your HTML site magically updates? No. After clustering, what do I do next? I click the AI button and optimize, which I did a lot today of. So like this guy, after I cluster, I fetch the in-title in URL, and then I go optimize with AI. Once again, another question that kind of is dependent on, are you working on a site that's WordPress on your own? If you are, you're better off doing everything I showed you today inside the project planner so that you can update your pages, right? Because all this is a cool idea. It's a copy and paste plan for another site. But if you're inside of WordPress, you go you click this AI button and it'll say create page or post, right? You'll have different options and it'll actually create the page or post for you. I'll demo it so you can actually see it. So once again, an empty group of keywords, AI suggestions, view them. Okay, we'll just take the first ones. And now I like it, create a new post from this group or create a new page from this group. I can do that. So there it's creating a page. I can assign a parent to it. I can change the status, published, closed. Now you'll see there's a page tab up here. That means it created a page. You can go visit the page. You can go to AI content, have it write you content. You can go, okay. And then you can go to schema, have the AI write schema for you, right? So there's a lot more you can do integrated into WordPress if you're working in the project planner inside of WordPress. Now that there's a page and there's a connection, if I make changes here, and I save it here, and I go visit the page, my title will be changed. See that? And I make a change to the H1 here, and I save it here, and I go back into the project planner, number 148, and I load it, and I look at that H1 for that page, it's changed. So it's backwards compatible. Once it's connected to the page or the post, whether you're editing here or here, it's updated. Jana says that needs to be saved as a quick view process with written checklist. What specifically? I'm not sure. Just message me, I guess, on Facebook and tell me like what it is that you saw that you're like, that needs to be saved, a quick view process. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Jeff. Okay, anybody that wants to talk to me in private, talk to me in private. Okay, Jeff, that, yeah. Sorry, Jana. Visually save your flow. I know, but I don't even know what flow you mean. I just did like 16 things. Do you mean the whole 16 or 4 of the 16? And if it's 4, which 4? That's why it's a little bit harder on webinars when you guys just like type messages for me to fully understand what you mean. Because I talk fast, my brain works fast. And is it best to create the page in WordPress first or create from within Xagio? Once again, it depends on what's happening. So let's say, and this is a new feature actually that's going to happen, okay? So let's say you're starting on a website that doesn't have Xagio on it, and you're like, geez, I love Xagio. I like this software. I want it. So what you're going to do is you're going to download the Xagio plugin and install it on your site, right? Something new on the next update of Xagio that we're going to do automatically for you, whether you want it to happen or not. We're not going to charge you anything for this, but we're going to do it. Is if you have all-in-one SEO plugin, Yoast SEO plugin, or Rank Math SEO plugin, we're going to automatically migrate your settings into Xagio as well. So that if you decide to move forward with Xagio and not the other ones, we're just going to take everything you started with Yoast, Rank Math, or all-in-one SEO anyway. So this migration process, it's going to happen automatically. The next thing that's going to happen automatically is this, okay? Audit, run audit, okay? I'm not going to tell you about this or whatever right now because it's just going to happen automatically. We're going to run an audit of your website, which means we're going to pull in, I'm going to collapse everything here, okay? Notice every group in here, page, 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 page. Now, if I had a blog with posts, you'd see post, 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 post. If I had Magic Page plugin, you'd see taxonomy, location, 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 right? We're going to do this for you automatically. We're going to say, look, here's all your pages, here's all your posts, here's all your everything that you got, right? You can filter by pages, posts, like if you want to see things, but we're going to pull it in all for you. As we see it, we're also going to pull in everything that we found that you're ranking for. Okay, into your groups. That doesn't mean we're pulling in the tight cluster and we've done it for you. We're just saying, look, this is a page you have on your site and we found keywords ranking for it. And these are the keywords that we found that are ranking for it. These are the volumes of CPCs and the ranking that we found for, and if we didn't find anything, okay, well, you still have a contact us page, but we didn't find any keywords ranking for it. We're gonna pull in all the information we have about your site for you automatically so that maybe it's easier for you to start working fast right away. Now, to answer your question, Mikwani, is it best to create the page in WordPress first or create it from Xagio? If you're doing keyword clustering and you're searching for new content, it's best to create the cluster first and then create the page in WordPress. Because if you want to optimize things properly, you got to start at keyword research. And keyword research means find a bunch of keywords, cluster them into tight groups, then create the optimization, right? And once the optimization is written, then create the page. That's how I do things. But if you're working on an existing page, okay, so this one is already found, like this Pensacola tree removal in Florida or this stump grinding in Florida, okay? You might want to do additional keyword research to see if there's other keywords that it didn't find you ranking for that maybe you should be ranking for, right? And then optimize with AI once you have a good cluster, right? But the page is already there, right? But you're going to re-optimize for the page that's already there. Does that make sense? Or am I going too deep? Okay, great. And the answer to my answer to your question and to a lot of people's questions is always going to begin with it depends. And that's a hard scenario to be in with a lot of you guys. Because it depends. It depends where you're at and what you want to do. Every answer depends on where you're at and what you want to do. And I think, you know, if every question that ever came to me was almost structured like, I have this, I want that. I have nothing. I want to rank a website. I can answer that. I have an existing website with 12 pages and 4 posts. It's ranking terribly. I want to target new pages. I can show you how to do that. You know what I mean? I have this, I want that. Those questions I can answer very specifically. I should almost create a form. I have this, I want that. But yeah, Xagio is so powerful and been developed for so long that there's 9 ways to skin a cat almost in every scenario. So the answer is always going to be dependent on what you have and what you want on how I answer that question. I have this, I want that. I'm making this shit up as I go. All right, I have this, I want that. Put it in the group just because I don't want to forget that, or articulated a feeling that I have. There, I'm just going to post that. Anyone that sees it that knows what it means, you can comment. All right, guys, I'm at the end of the questions here. Is there any more? We're 2 hours, 40 minutes into her. Any more questions, or should we leave it at that? And I'll get the replay up. Where will the replay go? Probably on the blog. I'll think about it, but I'll email you. I'll email your email on Xagio and let you know where I put it. It's either, I'll tell you, it's one of 2 places. It's either going to go in this training right here, or it's going to go on the blog. But if it goes on this training, then I'm going to have to find a new way to configure this page. But I'll get Suryanshu to do it because he's good at it. But this searchable thing is tough to do, guys, because we had to have a guy sit there. Bob used to do it for us, Bob Farrell. He used to take our closed captions from every single video, break them down into timelines of when things happened, and then I would upload that to a Google Sheet, and this is a Google Sheet. It's very good, it's very helpful, but it's very time consuming. So I'm not sure which way I'm gonna go. Thank you, Bill, awesome session, great restart. Sergio, I'm good, thanks for the training, great training today. Makes sense. Okay, good. Anybody learn anything? I know one guy did, at least. I forget who it was, but he was like, oh shit. Yeah, I covered a lot. I will get the replay out, and then you can have speed controls and whatnot on it. I'll probably put it on YouTube. And back in the old Xagio channel, like in the old days of 2017. I learned a ton. Good. Share your results. Share your results. Share your results. Guys, I've been optimizing sites with AI or re-optimizing sites. I don't know if you guys saw. I'll go. There's one thing I will show you on the blog was that Los Angeles carpenter site. This one. I think this was a 2-hour webinar. Let's go into this. Where that's it. We had a site that was existing, had some backlinks. I re-optimized it with AI, the old AI, not even the good one, and look at what happened. And that was free. That wasn't building more backlinks and shit. I haven't checked the rankings in a while, but look at that. They're still there. This thing wasn't even ranking when I did this. All I did was optimize the AI. 2. Look at 1. We did get to number 1 eventually. So that was a cool one. but the AI is even better now. John, thanks for your time and appreciate you. Thank you. Super cool. Lots of awesome trainings. Thanks. Okay, guys. Have you changed the way you were finding keywords with the new Xagio? No. The only thing I'll mention about that, and once again, I have this. What was it? I have this, I want that. I have this, like if the question was I have this, nothing, I want that, an affiliate site, okay? What I would do for an affiliate site is wizards based on really big niches, really big, wide open niches, and then cluster from there. If it's a local site, like a lead gen, then I'm gonna do local wizards. Audits I do mainly for, you know, if I'm looking at a client or, you know, like I'll do audits for keyword research if I'm auditing like a competitor and I want to know like what service pages I should create. You know, I'm not specifically filtering by a specific keyword or maybe not necessarily a specific location. I'll use an audit to look at a competitor site and be like, oh, okay, I didn't know that stump grinding was part of tree services. Okay, great, I'm gonna have a stump grinding page. You know, oh, sweet. Like a real good niche research and audit's really good for us. So how I use things is kind of dependent on what I'm looking for. Again, but you're giving me an idea as I'm talking that I want to write down. So I'm going to open a notepad right now while I'm on the webinar because I would like to deliver this for you guys. Audits, wizards. What else is there? There's really audits and wizards. When do you use audits and wizards and what for? And this is just loose and sloppy right now, but it'll tighten up. Like what I just said was like discovering a niche and services, or if I'm doing client audits, or if I'm doing client prospecting, if I'm doing location specific keyword research. Like these are all, I guess, kind of like use cases, right? And then based on these use cases, what feature and function am I going to use and how am I going to use it? I'll create a few of these for you guys. Would that help? Would you like that? Because the more and more we do training and stuff like that, the more I realize it's like it really does come down to this, you know, I have this, I want that, right? The I have this part is like, you know, specific to you, but I want that is specific, like, well, okay, I want location specific keyword research, or I need some, you know, you guys get what I'm saying. It's all messy in my mind right now, but everything starts messy and then slowly focuses in and then gets better. So I'll just keep this note and create some nice docs with the help of AI to say, hey, here's what I do. This would be great blog content too, by the way. Avatars, right? Avatars are what these are called. Anyways, I'm rambling. I'm out of here, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. There's still a bunch of you on here. Hopefully it was a good first one. We can expect another one in the month. Stay active in the group. I will. And hit up support for problems, guys. They're great. They're there. That's what they're there for. What else can I say? Don't get COVID. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. Love you, gal. Bye, guys.